Felicitations, adventurers! Welcome to Roll for Felicity, where we play serialized one-shots in a multitude of systems with assorted players. Today, I am here with the players Josh, Jason, and Tyler, and we are playing the game Fiasco, which is, I always forget, let me just put it in chat because I put the tagline in, I believe. A game of something, intrigue and ego and everything goes wrong. I believe something along those lines. And we will talk more about that game in just a moment. But first, if you're new to this stream, welcome to Roll for Felicity, as I said. My name is Taylor. I usually am the person who is running games. Today, however, we're playing a GM-less game, so I am a mere mortal, a mere player, along with everyone else here tonight. Yeah, I play a lot of different games on this channel. Coming up next month, we're going to be playing another GM-less game that's called I Came Here to Win, which is a reality TV show like themed tabletop RPG that I'm very excited for. We're also playing Good Society, which can be played GM-less. We'll be playing it with a facilitator. That's a Jane Austen themed tabletop RPG. And then the end of next month, my friend Tag is coming on to run the game that they wrote called Wizard Pals, which I'm very excited for. And if you want to hear about more of that stuff coming up, you can follow me on Twitter at Roll for Felicity, which you can see on the overlay. And the other thing I'll say is this is something that we were talking about before stream that the other players will answer. But the game Fiasco, a lot of people usually describe it as being like kind of Coen Brothers-esque. And so we're going to, as part of our introductions, talk about what media that like the question kind of is like, what's your favorite Coen Brothers movie? But also any kind of media that fits into this like regular people who kind of get like pulled into these situations where they're over their head, strong, like kind of quirky characters, that kind of thing. And I think I will just do favorite Coen Brothers movie for mine, which is maybe, it's hard to choose, but maybe Burn After Reading, which a lot of people, I feel like that is not like necessarily their favorite one, but I feel like Burn After Reading, especially with regards to Fiasco, really feels like something that could be in this system because there's a lot of like miscommunication and like high stakes, and yeah, so that's probably mine. But I will now throw it over to my friend Josh, introduce themselves, and answer the same question.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Josh. Pronouns are they, them. I'm very excited to play this.
So hang
Oh
on.
no.
It looks like it's back on. Are we back on, everyone? I'm not sure what just happened. I just got a notification, stream down, so we'll see if we're live. We're back, okay. Let me really quick make sure that Mike is not on our internet. Hey, Mike. Are you connected to our Wi-Fi right now? Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're good. Hopefully that
It's
doesn't
nice
happen
to
again.
see everything going wrong from the start.
When I said a game where everything goes wrong, I was not anticipating it would also be the stream, but it happens. If that keeps happening,
we were tempting fate.
yeah. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening. So Josh, go ahead, and I'm not sure where it dropped, so if you want to start at the top with your introduction, and we'll if it doubles up a little bit, that's fine.
All right. So if you've already heard this, feel free to tune out for a few seconds. Yeah, I'm Josh. My pronouns are they, them. I play a lot of different games. I'm very excited for this stream, this game of Fiasco. It is a very fun game where things just constantly go wrong. And then my favorite in the genre is Coen Brothers related, but not one of their films, but an adaptation, and that's the Fargo TV show. Which I actually haven't seen the latest season. I do need to watch that, but the first 3 are all just absolutely fantastic television. Just perfect.
Yeah. I watched the first season and really liked it. And it's one of those where it was like the second season hadn't come out yet when I watched the first one, and then I just never got around to watching the rest. Mm-hmm. But I need to at some point. But yeah,
they're all very good.
Yeah,
they're fantastic.
I really need to watch the rest of them. Jason, do you want to introduce yourself and talk about your favorite Coen-y media?
Sure. My name's Jason. My pronouns are he, him. I've also played Fiasco one time before and had a really good time, so I'm looking forward to this a lot. My favorite Fiasco-style media is an anime called Bakano. It's about a bunch of people who all want different things but end up crossing paths and trying to get the same things, and things go terribly wrong. There's like a train, and then murder happens on the train, and there's some bootleggers and some gangsters, but there's also like alchemists and various anime stuff. So it's just a lot of fun and very cool. So yeah, if this game's anything like that, it's going to be very exciting.
Awesome. I'm not familiar with that, but your description makes me want to watch it. So I'll have to put that on my list.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that sounds great. And then Ty, let's hear from you. Introduce yourself to people a little bit, and then also, what's your favorite kind of story where everything goes wrong?
Hi, I'm Tyler. Pronouns are he, him. When in preparation for this, I realized I haven't really seen like any Coen Brother movies. So in the past week, I watched a few different ones, and out of the ones I watched, I really enjoyed Fargo. So that's what I'm going to say here. I also watched Burn After Reading and really enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
so I'll stick with Fargo.
Yeah, Fargo's a classic. With that, I think I'll talk. So with Fiasco, if anyone's not familiar, this is, especially the version we're playing on Roll20 to facilitate playing online, is not as determined by like chance. It's not as much of a game where you like roll the die and see if you succeed or fail at something. It's more of a game where we, all 4 of us, are kind of deciding what's going to be happening, and then I'm not going to get into it too much because it'll become clear as we're playing, but basically we'll each take turns being like the spotlight like characters for a scene, and we can decide whether we want to establish that scene for our characters, so say where the scene is taking place, who else is there, roughly what's happening, or we can decide to resolve the scene, which is what we will decide whether the scene is going to be positive or negative for our character. And whichever you choose, the other players do the opposite side of it, if that makes sense. And it'll, like I said, it'll be more clear when we're playing. But the reason why I mention that is because since we are playing on stream, and I usually have things to incentivize, like a kind of tip reward system, you can affect this game. So, for 500 bits or $5, you can give a player plus or minus 2 to their final score, which will help determine whether they have, if you have a low score, that means your epilogue or like after story is going to be more negative for you. And if you have a higher score, it means you're going to end up with a happier ending, basically. And then for 1,500 bits or $15, you can let us know a scene that you would like to see, and we'll establish it. So if you're like, oh, I really want to see a scene between these 2 characters where this kind of thing happens, if you tip $15, then we'll do that scene. And that'll have like a really huge impact on the story, because that's basically everything the game is doing scenes. I think the only other thing I'm going to say to establish a little bit about the game is we have some information that the 4 of us as players know, about the story that we're going to be telling today. But some of it we wanted to keep a little bit of a secret from the viewers, because we just thought that would be a little bit more fun. So the information that you all will know is our characters' relationships to each other, and then also the main location. So the place that we're using is called Tales from Suburbia, so this is taking place in the suburbs. And one of the main locations is this country club called Promise Hill. The suburb is called Parkridge Terrace. And then the other thing that we should know is actually maybe I'll do the relationships after we do our first scene to clarify, because usually we do character descriptions during the scenes, and if I just say like this is this person and this is how they're related, it won't be as fun. So you'll find out our relationships after the first scene. And I think that's pretty much everything that I need to say before we jump right into the game. We did already determine amongst ourselves what we wanted our first scene to be, which was going to be a pool party at, I already forgot, Promise Hill, the country club. And this is a scene that's going to be focusing on Jason's character. So Jason, do you want to then choose the resolution for this scene, or do you want to count this as one that you're establishing for your character?
We'll count it as establishing.
Okay, so since Jason is establishing this one, the other three of us will determine whether at the end of the scene it will be counted as a positive or negative toward Jason's character. But yeah, do you want to go ahead and then establish kind of what's going on here, and also describe...
Just a sec.
Describe Burt.
Someone's knocking on my door.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Like we said, it's a game about things going wrong.
Yeah. We'll see if my
inopportune interruptions.
My internet stays manages to hold up. We'll see all sorts of things. Sleep Child.
The worldwide Zoom outing is going to be very disappointing. Just poor timing.
Yeah. Sleep Child is saying, being a dice goblin isn't very useful in this game. That's true. In the in-person version, you do use dice, but it's not as primary as in this version. I'll also say, while we're a little bit off topic, the Roll20 version of this game seems like it's going to be like pretty convenient for running things offline. However, if you buy the Roll20 version, I would really also buy the PDF of the game separately, because the Roll20 rules are not really very in-depth, and I think designed with the idea that you would already know how to play the game. So that's something to keep in mind if this seems like something that you would want to play. You should probably buy the PDF and buy the version for Roll20. But yeah, Jason, do you want to describe a little bit about what's happening with the scene?
Sure. Well, my character's name is Burt Russell. I'm currently at the Promise Hill Country Club for a pool party. My wife and I are members, and my daughter likes coming here, our daughter, so we're here. I'm not the biggest fan of the place. I think some of these people are kind of stuck up, but you know, it's a nice place in town, and I am currently trying to perform some sort of heist or scam. There's a lot of rich people here. I think I can rip them off. So I will be tracking down my buddy who works here, Jansen. So Jansen, what does Jansen do here exactly? Did we establish that?
We didn't establish it. I was thinking that he maybe does a variety of different jobs, and today he was like serving, either at the bar or something.
Okay, great. So I'll head to the bar where you're at. Jansen, it's good to see you.
Yeah. Hey, Burt, what's up? Can I get you anything?
Yeah. Give me a 7 and 7, and listen. So everything's on track for the plan, right?
Oh yeah. I got everything in place, so we're gonna need to, do what we need to do.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Because I got the plan all up here. I just need you
You got
to
it all up there.
keep. Yeah. Oh,
You got it all up there.
all
You didn't
of it.
write anything
It's
down.
here. I don't need to.
It's all up there.
It's
'Cause
here.
I wrote it all down. Is that a bad idea?
Where did you? Well, where are these notes that you wrote down?
I've got it in my back pocket.
Your back pocket.
Yeah, just so I can, double check them and make sure, that everything goes, according to plan. Is that a bad idea? Like you're the pro, so.
I mean, it's a pretty bad idea to write down your plans and keep them on your person. Are you someone who is good at not losing things?
Yeah, no, no, don't have to worry about that with me. I don't often lose things. I mean, it happens occasionally, but nothing big. I've never lost anything. I mean, I've never lost anything too big, anyways. I think it's fine. It's fine. I mean, look, they don't call me LA Fever for nothing, right?
Right. Well, I never understood why they called you that, but or how it relates to your not losing things. But I appreciate it nonetheless. I have some more things that I think I'm going to need you to get before we can follow through with the plan. I'm going to need the country club's fire extinguisher.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
I can do that.
I'm going to need the master key, the one that you can use on all the golf carts.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
Great.
I think.
And I'm going to need a list of all the members.
All right. I don't know where to get that, but I'm sure I can get it for you.
Okay, great.
Anything for you, Burt.
Oh,
Absolutely.
You're the best. You're one of the best crime partners that I have ever had.
I mean, you might not want to say that so loudly. I know you're the professional, but I mean, not everyone around here, knows that, and they probably don't want to clue them in, right?
Yeah. I was just testing you, but you got it.
Oh, good.
I think as this conversation, like as you're saying, like other people might be able to hear you. I think Mary Alice Tweedy, who is the character that I'm playing, kind of walks over to the bar where the two of you are. I think I kind of like put my hand on Burt on your shoulder, like a little like hey, I'm here kind of thing. And I say, now, Burt, were you going to get me, my usual, I can't remember what the drink is called. It's that, some kind of tea, that's, you know what I mean. I can't be bothered with these kinds of things.
Yeah, Jansen, can you get my wife a Long Island?
Yeah, I should be able to do that. Just let me check my notes to see how to make that real quick. This is only my second time at the bar, so I'm still learning. Sorry if I mess anything up.
Do you keep all the notes for all your different things in the same pocket?
No, separate pockets.
Oh, good.
Dear, why are you so concerned about this bartender's notes for his drinks? I mean, don't you have better things to be doing at this party?
Well, it's good to mingle with the little people, and
He was just giving me some really helpful pointers, so I really appreciate your husband. He's what you call just like a good guy.
He's a real philanthropist.
Yeah, you could say that.
Ty, what does Jansen look like? Like, what's the vibe for? I mean, we've got a pretty strong vibe from Jansen already, but visually.
Yeah.
That's not something I had thought about too much. So, if anybody has specific vibes they're picking off of him and want to throw that out there, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm thinking probably just like.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No.
Just like, well, right now he's in whatever like uniform they're wearing, the servers are wearing, for the country club. but I'm thinking like dirty blonde hair, like slicked back. Yeah, clean shaven, but like a little bit of stubble.
Yeah. I thought of this idea for maybe what they could be wearing, the like servers. Since it's like a pool party, I think they're wearing like kind of like the like aloha shirts with like khaki shorts.
Yeah.
But it's all like the same shirt. So it's not like, oh, everyone's wearing like fun like shirts. It's like, no, we bought these from, you know, whatever what is that, like something trading company that like catalog that sells all like the pool supply kind of stuff. Bermuda Trading Company, I think is what it is. Yeah. Mary Alice, I think I did think of like an actress. I think if this was a Coen Brothers movie, I think it would be Isla Fisher playing her. And she is always dressed in a green like velour tracksuit. like pretty much always. That's what she's wearing right now. It's rare to see her in something other than that unless it's like a fancy event. So very 2000s dress, which was, I think, maybe her probably peak, maybe. But yeah, that's my character description. And I'm just kind of like rubbing my husband's shoulder a little bit and waiting for my drink.
Yeah, as I think as Jansen is kind of like struggling to put this drink together, like double checking, triple checking his notes, another customer, another patron walks up to the bar. This is a like fairly taller woman, brunette, longer hair. Unlike a lot of the people here right now, I think not dressed in anything remotely pool ready. She's wearing like a mini skirt and like a sensible but still not modest blouse. And she strides over, I think from behind Burt and Mary Alice, and just speaks up and says, I think you'll find it's a lot easier to just order something simple here. Jansen, when you have a moment, can you get me a gin and tonic?
Yep. I can do that. That's easy. I can do that. Just let me finish this Long Island, and I'll get yours right after that.
Miss Kustard, I didn't realize you were a member of this club.
Well, I think we've both moved up a little bit since high school, haven't we?
Oh, no, I certainly have.
If you say so.
I'm just like staring daggers, but still smiling.
Krystle is like not making eye contact with you at this point, very deliberately so, but like it's not casual. It's a very determined, like a coolness that's just trying a little too hard.
Just staring.
I don't know if I should get in between this, but ma'am, here's your drink. If you want to just taste that, I can make a different one if it, another one if it's not right. But
I take a sip of it. I say, "Oh, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted." Burt, dear, it's a bit warm over here. Do you want to maybe move to a different area of the pool? Something seems to smell awful. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, sure, honey. That sounds good. Jansen, we'll catch up a little later, okay?
Yeah. I'll do what you said.
Thank you.
As the two of you walk away, I think you just hear, or maybe only Jansen hears, Krystle say under her breath, "Someone always did have to leave when things got too hot."
I do not hear.
Did you say something? Were you talking to me?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said something. Okay, my mistake then.
It's good to see you, Mr. Russell.
I I didn't catch your name. What was it again?
It's Krystle Kustard, attorney at law.
Attorney. Oh, great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That has to be saying congratulations. I think that's the first scene. How do we feel like that went for Burt? I feel like positive.
Yeah, I think positive. Depending on how prepared Jansen actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think positive. I mean, Burt got in contact with Jansen and like got him, on the right track for what they need. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think that's true. And also, I feel like Burt learned. I mean, you maybe already knew this about Jansen, but learned a little bit about about what to expect. So, Jason, you can go ahead and draw a positive outcome card. And now that everyone's got a chance to know our characters a little bit more, I'll let everyone know the relationships between them, which probably you've picked up on some at least. Burt and Mary Alice are current spouses. Mary Alice and Krystle Kustard are crosstown sports rivals back in the day. This didn't come up yet, but Krystle and Jansen are connected through work. So Krystle is Jansen's lawyer. And then Jansen and Burt, which it seems pretty obvious, their relationship to each other is that they are both thieves, who seem to be planning a heist of sorts. And then the way that this goes is the way that we're arranged on stream is how we're we'll consider next to each other. So the next person to determine to get to spotlight is actually me, Mary Alice. And I think I do have an idea for what I want the scene to be. I think the scene is Mary Alice and Burt at home, after the party. Maybe getting ready for bed, something like that. Like one of those scenes where it's just the lamp is on and they're just talking a little bit before bed. And also I'll say, if one of the two of you, either Josh or Tyler, if you do want to tag in as our daughter, who is as of yet unnamed, feel free to pop in as that character. But yeah, I think Mary Alice is kind of taking off her makeup, already in pajamas, and she's saying, Burt, I really think, this summer, maybe you and our daughter should really find something to connect over. I'm getting troubled because I just feel like she doesn't really have, a strong masculine presence in her life, and she's getting to the age where she could be meeting boys and we wouldn't even know anything about it. I don't know, is there anything the two of you could maybe have in common?
Yeah. What is she like? Is she like ice cream?
How am I supposed to know what she likes? I mean,
yeah, that kid doesn't talk to us for some reason.
I'm her friend. I'm not her, or I'm her parent. I'm not her friend. So.
Right. Yeah. It's not our job to talk to them, right? Yeah. I'll find something. Kids. What do kids like? Ice cream. Going to the beach.
Yeah. Maybe.
Roller skating.
Oh, roller skating. Yes. Maybe the two of you could go roller skating.
This is what you want. You want me to take our daughter roller skating?
I mean, do you have a better idea?
All right. That sounds great. Let me go talk to her. I'll go knock on my daughter's bedroom door.
Do you want this one, Ty, or you want me to take it?
Tyler and Josh just looking at each other trying to decide who's gonna be the You also don't have to always be the daughter. Like, I think
Right.
swapping out NPCs is fine, so you're not agreeing to just play this character as well.
You can go ahead, Josh.
Okay. What is it?
Hey, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm fine.
What are you doing in there?
Nothing.
Oh, well, your mom wants me to take you roller skating.
I think there's like a long silence, and the door finally opens to reveal your, as of yet, unnamed daughter. So, Chad, if you wanna
Chad,
give me a name,
Chad
give me an
has idea
identity.
for a name for the daughter.
But this teenage girl, like 16, opens the door. She wants what?
We're gonna go roller skating, and we're doing it all summer, she said.
I come out into the hallway and I say, Bert, I didn't, I'm sure she has homework or something she's doing in there. You don't have to do this now. Honey, I just thought, you and your dad could go roller skating. Is that so much to ask? Is that so much to ask for you and your father to spend some time together?
What? Why roller skating? You know I hate roller skating.
It's what you like. I thought you liked it. I saw you watching some sort of video and they were listening to Fleetwood Mac and they were roller skating and I thought, roller skating. She loves roller skating.
It's like you don't even know me.
Oh my god, of course I know you. I spend so much goddamn time with you. I'm driving you to school every day. Of course I know you.
Only on the days when the nanny can't do it.
Oh my god, we're having that. Okay, whatever. Forget I said anything. You don't have to go roller skating. I just thought it would be nice. Okay, I just thought it'd be nice.
Fine. We'll go roller skating.
Perfect.
Right.
Perfect. That's all I wanted.
Is that all?
I'm already walking away. I closed the bedroom door before Burt even comes in, and I think there's just the scene ends with like a shot of the two of you just kind of looking at each other like completely silent. And I think that's the scene. I think that's Mary Alice's scene, and the three of you get to decide whether you thought that was positive or negative.
I don't know about you two. I'm leaning negative.
I mean, she wanted the two of us to go roller skating, and we both agreed to, so I would call it positive.
That's true. I feel like it'll end up more negative. It won't have the actual intended effect that Mary Alice wanted.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really get to decide, but that's true.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was on the same wavelength. It was like, it seems positive because she got in the immediate what she wanted, but in the long term, it seems like it's probably going to play out negatively. So
yeah, but if we run that scene and it's negative, then that will be the negative scene. Like I think we should measure it like by the scenes that we're doing at any given time.
Fair enough.
That's true.
Sure. All right. I can buy positive.
I'll take a positive card. Yes, that worked. Next up, Krystle Kustard. You can choose to establish or resolve a scene for yourself as the spotlight.
Yeah, I'm going to establish. This is going to be a scene. I actually think we're going to jump back because Fiasco, you can kind of jump around in time a little bit.
Yes.
Just for the audience's clarification. So I think we're going to jump back to this whole pool party at the country club with Krystle approaching a fellow lawyer who is, I I think, prosecuting a current case against Jansen. Something small time. It's minor. Jansen's obviously not locked up or anything, but Krystle is trying to get a deal here for Jansen.
Do you have thoughts on who you would like to be the lawyer?
It doesn't matter to me. No. If anybody wants to jump in.
Should I be prepared to be Jansen in the scene?
I don't know that it's necessary, but if you come in, that will be fun.
I'll be this lawyer.
Cool. In my head, I mean, you can determine more. In my head, this is just like a fairly clean cut, very average looking guy. Just if you think of just kind of a small time lawyer, this would be it.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm just having a drink. I think I probably just got membership into this club recently, so I'm really playing up how sophisticated it is and that I super belong here.
Do we get a sense of this is before or after the first scene at the pool party?
I think it's after. We'll establish that by Krystle carrying her gin and tonic over. And approaching this fellow lawyer. Well, Mr. Bradley, just who I was looking for.
Oh, Krystle, hey, what's going on?
Yes, I noticed I haven't seen you around here before.
Yeah, I usually come on. I don't usually go to the pool parties. I prefer the golfing and the tennis and all the other rich people stuff.
Of course. Right. I do hate to talk about work when we're both off, but the case, and I think she just kind of looks over at Jansen over at the bar. Our friend here. Was wondering if you'd have a moment to discuss.
Yeah, I feel like we're not supposed to do that outside the courtroom, but yeah, what do you want to discuss?
Look, Jansen's he's a good guy. I know he doesn't always seem like it, but I've represented him before. He's a repeat customer, if you get my drift.
I know. I make he causes a lot of trouble, so people hire me to prosecute him quite regularly.
Let's not say he causes trouble. Let's be honest here. He just gets into a little bit of trouble,
At this point, you see Jansen in the background carrying out a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
He just falls in with the wrong crowd sometimes,
Yeah, he does do that, and the more he keeps doing that, the more I'm gonna keep getting hired to prosecute him. So it's good stuff.
Now, look, I think just this once. Why don't you take it easy on him? You know Jeff Clifton? I'm also representing him. I think you are also prosecuting him. Jeff, not such a good guy. I think we could maybe come to an arrangement with our couple of cases we've got.
I mean, it would be good to put Jeff away. I didn't know we were allowed to use our clients that way, but I like
We're,
what you're
we're
saying.
not. These are separate cases.
Right, but you're saying if I go easier on Jansen, then you'll do a worse job defending Jeff.
That is not what I said. You are making some assumptions. I am not going to speak as to the veracity of those assumptions.
Oh my god, you're so good at lawyering. Ah, shit.
I'm just saying that I think Jansen, we both agree Jansen deserves another chance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want him to go away forever. Like I said, he's a lot of money in my pocket, so maybe you can do something for me.
Favor?
Yeah, I am currently at this club on a month-to-month basis because I can't afford the annual membership. But if you know some of the higher-ups here and can put in a good word for me, and maybe they knock that price down for me, and I can get my whole family in and finally show my wife that I've made something of myself, that would be great. And Jansen can keep working here.
Of course, I think that would be better for everyone. And you're not going to prove to your wife that you've made it by putting someone like Jansen away, but some guy like Jeff, that'd be a good case for you. You know, there are a couple of judges that frequent our little club here as well. I have a pretty good relationship with a couple of them. I could speak to them.
That would be great.
Excellent. So I think we're in agreement then, aren't we?
I think so. I was confused for most of this conversation, but now I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, unless you have a nice little button, Josh. That's like a last line. I think that's a good scene.
Well, you know, it just takes practice.
Good.
Good pun.
Yeah, I think that was a positive scene for Krystle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry I keep agreeing with everybody because I think it's forcing us to just like
I
keep forgetting we need conflict.
Well, the thing about the game is there's only so many positive cards. So we're burning through them. Which means
yeah.
things are gonna have to start going badly. But I think Jansen, that's your turn to either choose whether you want to establish or resolve your spotlight scene.
I am gonna throw it to the table to let y'all establish it if you want to.
Yeah.
And then I'll make the positive or negative at the end.
Okay, cool. And you can also decide, like, if we want, I didn't say this to chat, so I'll say it now because then it'll make sense if we're doing it. We can also, whoever's resolving the scene can decide mid-scene how they want it to go. So what we'll be doing to communicate that is if we think that we want the scene, like, if we want to prescribe that the scene is going to be negative, we'll do a thumbs down. If we want to prescribe that the scene is going to be positive, we'll do a thumbs up. But of course, you know, Ty, since you're resolving, you're the sole arbiter of how the scene is going to go for Jansen. So if you want to do a thumbs up, just to let people know to, you know, bend to your will during the scene. Or
going into it, I already know that I want it to be negative.
Okay.
Very
okay,
good.
Cool. What scene do we think we should establish that's gonna not go well for Oh, I kind of have an idea.
Let's hear it.
What if this is a scene where Jansen gets fired from the country club?
Well, he does have to try and get a list of names, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jansen doesn't seem like the patient type to try and wait.
Yeah. Yeah, so, it'd be nice if we could get another one of us, like, our main characters in the scene, but I don't know how that would wrap into a scene of Jansen trying to find a list of names. Maybe one of us sees him doing something shady. That could be.
Yeah, except two of us haven't invested an investment in making sure he doesn't get into trouble. So
Okay, so it has to be me.
Would have to be Mary Alice.
Okay, I think that's enough of us establishment. So Jansen, what are you doing?
I think start with like I'm like, you know, looking around, sneaking over towards like a computer, get on this computer that's like obvious that I'm not supposed to be accessing it. I'm like looking around, you know, trying to bring up, you know, what the information that I've been told to get. And I don't know if somebody wants to jump in or actually, I think what happens is he starts printing them out. There's just like all these pages. It's just like
you're printing them out, and it's going to like it's going to the wrong printer. It's going to like a public printer that the guests can use. And so like I think I like walk out, like I walk into like maybe to cool off, like to get into the air conditioning. I go into like the little office, like public office space at the country club, and a paper prints out that has like my name and like information about like me and my husband and like our daughter. And it's just a shot of like me like looking down like as these pages are printing out. I think it's like cutting between like Jansen like typing and trying to figure out what's going on.
And I think I figured out where they're going. So like I run, it's like just like the next room over or whatever, and I like run over. I'm like, oh, hey, Mary, right? Yeah, Burt's wife, right?
I think I just am holding a paper with my name on it, and I say, "Were you looking for this?"
Yeah, you can't have those. Those are confidential. I need to give those to somebody very important. So if you could just hand that over. Just a slight mistake with where it was printing. Just
don't think I'm going to be handing these over to you. I don't think the bartender should be having access to this kind of information.
Well, hold on now. I was asked to get this.
Okay, let's go talk to your boss then. I put the papers down and I start like, you know.
There's no need for that. What are you talking about? You just hand them over. It's all
so
good.
You're saying that it's fine that you have access to my 16-year-old daughter's personal information. That's what you're saying.
Well, I'm not looking at it. I'm just printing it out.
Let's take it to your boss. Let's take it to your boss then.
Well, I mean, we could do that. That's one possibility.
I think this is where a manager walks in. Is there some sort of problem going on here?
Yes, actually, there is a problem.
There's a big problem. She is taking company property without any without my consent.
I'm just wondering why this slick back hair bartender is printing out information about my daughter. That's what I'd like to know. Why are we printing out all of this information about people's daughters?
The manager, especially the mention of daughter, like walks over, I think snatches the papers from you, looks down at this information, just looks back up at Jansen. It's like, do you have an explanation? Right now you want I quit is yeah.
Oh yeah, this is my last day.
It's too late for that. It's too late for that.
I'm out of here. This is not a safe place to work with the type of clientele that
oh, you're out.
This is like unbuttoning his shirt, just like
the shirt. You're out, and the shirt stays.
Yeah, yep.
I
would never wear this.
My eyes. oh, now can't you just go to another room with that? I mean, honestly.
We paid a lot of money for those. We're gonna use them again.
Yeah. Do you want the pants too? Can I keep the pants, or
That's-
you want me to take the pants off? You want me to
that's-
walk out here without any pants?
That has to be the scene. You say, do you want the pants too? Go ahead and take a negative outcome card, Jansen. Wonderful. That's Burt. You get to decide whether you want to establish or resolve a scene with Burt.
I think I will establish.
Cool.
I am going to be roller skating with my daughter outside of the Promise Hill Country Club.
Wonderful.
So yeah, we're just skating around, but it's very clear that I'm super interested in the country club, and I'm like, and our daughter's name is Kate. Kate's in a chat, one of the chats that we have here. So, so I keep making Kate do like back and forth laps to see how quick she can get from the back exit of the country club to the street. So yeah, I just have
not
a
on
stop
roller
sign.
skates, just like running back and forth.
No, she's on roller skates.
Okay.
This is a getaway roller skate training, but she doesn't know
Yes.
that.
So
And
Burt's also on roller skates.
I'm on roller skates too. Burt, I don't think I described my character.
No, I don't think you did.
I look like, so I used to be like a suave, like criminal type. I used to look like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but now I look like Bruce Willis in the movie Looper, where he is playing an older version of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, even though he is Bruce Willis. But I'm a little bit more out of shape than Bruce Willis. So I'm on roller skates. I'm not doing a great job, and I'm out of breath, but I'm like, okay, sweetheart, you're doing so good. I think we can get that time even a little bit quicker, though.
When Mom said we had to go roller skating, I thought we were going to go to like an actual rink.
Oh yeah, we can do that soon, but just I figured the fresh air, it's good.
Don't you spend all of your time inside?
I do. That's why I am trying to make a lifestyle change. You know, I realize I'm not going to be around forever. I think I can get a few more years if I go outside and do physical activities like roller skating, and you know, I want to set a good example for you. So that's why I'm out here with you.
It's a little bit late for that.
What does that mean?
It's a little bit late to set an example, isn't it?
How old are you again? 14,
I'm 16.
16.
I'm gonna be 17 in the fall.
Yeah, no, you're still so young. Your brain doesn't fully develop until you're like 30 or something. So you got a lot of time for me to set an example.
So now I have an immature brain.
Wow, you always do this. You always twist my words. You're just like your mom.
Oh. And you can see Kate just like fuming at this. Like, if there was one insult that would get to her. I am nothing like my mom.
Okay. Do you want to go to the roller skate rink now?
You sure you don't want me to run more laps and see how quickly I can get to the door and back?
Actually, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna get in a golf cart and you're gonna go on the roller skates, and we're gonna see if you can outrace the golf cart. I think that's important.
Why?
It's important to know what's a faster method of travel, roller skating or a golf cart.
Do I have to?
Well, if you want, you can drive the golf cart and I can be on the roller skates, but I don't think I'm going to be faster.
I feel like that is almost the scene.
Yeah.
Because that's a perfect place to stop.
Yeah.
If you want, you can drive the golf cart.
Yeah. I feel like I'm conflicted on how that went for Burt. Because I feel like with the need, it almost went well for Burt. But with the overarching, like, information finding for the heist, I think it went negatively for Burt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it depends on how well the whole Kate driving the golf cart and Burt roller skating goes.
That doesn't go great.
In that case, I think it's a negative.
Yeah, I think it might be a negative.
That's where I was leaning.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, and that's me too. I'm trying to decide whether I want to establish or resolve. I think I'll resolve. I think if you all want to establish a scene with Mary Alice, that would be fun.
Cool. Where do we think Mary Alice is? Like, what does she need to get done? Anybody have any pitches?
Well, so as of like the last scene, or the last couple scenes, she's successfully gotten Jansen fired and succeeded at getting her husband and daughter away from her. So, like, what would she be doing with, like, her free time? Like, if her goal was to get her husband and daughter away.
Oh, I just had an idea, but I'm not establishing.
I mean, we're still doing it as, like, a table, so if you want to pitch.
Well, I was thinking maybe going to see... I was thinking divorce lawyer, but then I was thinking if we could bring in Krystle, maybe going to see Krystle as, like, a lawyer. That way we could get
like, you want to go to a divorce lawyer, but, like, you run into Krystle there, and that's, like, terrible because she's your rival and she sees you attempting to get, like, a divorce.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's good. And I'll just go ahead and choose negative already for the outcome for this, so we can play this one. Yeah, so I think it's Mary Alice is, like, you know, like, there's a kind of, like, a few quick cuts of, like her kind of, like, getting ready to go. Like, we just saw the scene that Burt's not home. So she's, like, putting on kind of, like, a businessy outfit, which is weird because that's normally not what she wears. And, like, kind of getting ready to go. Like, a quick cut of her, like, driving, getting out of the car, arriving at this, like, law firm. And I think as soon as she walks in, like, Krystle is, like, I don't know, like, should it be as soon as I walk into the lobby, Krystle's there, or should it be, like, I'm trying to go up to, like, an office?
I like the idea that I am meeting with the lawyer you're meeting before your appointment.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, I come out.
Yeah. So
I don't know if you want to do anything, like, before that, but...
No, I think I just go. I think it's just so it's, like, the shot of me driving the car, the shot of me going in. I think, like, the shot of me going into the thing, and the camera kind of goes to, like, something that indicates, like, divorce lawyer, and then me opening the door. It's a shot, like, it's over the shoulder shot of me opening this door to this office that I'm going into, and then, like, a zoom in on Krystle, like, already sitting in there. Oh, I'm sorry. I can come back. I didn't realize I was early. I guess my clock must be a little bit off.
Oh, no, that's fine. I think we were just wrapping up here. Surprised to see you here, Mary Alice.
Uh, yeah, here for friend.
Of course. It's always tough when someone. I just to make some assumptions here.
Well, you're certainly good at part of that. You know what they say. It happens when you assume.
Of course, yes. Yes, I take it your friend is trying to escape a very unhappy marriage.
Well, just marriage doesn't have to be unhappy. It could just be, differences of opinion.
That's true, but that's not the kind of people who come to see Mrs. Darwin here.
Well, it's a good thing you're not very familiar with my friend. I know what a loudmouth you are. I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding. I know you're very discreet.
Of course. Yes, one of us was always better at spreading rumors than the other, weren't we?
Yes, I would agree with that. One of us was better at spreading rumors. It's very true. But I'll leave you to whatever your business is here today. I'll come back in a few minutes.
Oh no, I think our meeting here is concluded. I think we're in agreement, Mrs. Darwin.
Yes. Mary, I can see you immediately after.
Mary Alice, please.
Mary.
I'm very particular about that, yes.
Yes, well, it does pay to be particular about some things.
Yes, though I always did wonder where your priorities were.
I think I don't really have a comeback for that, so I just sit down and just kind of like act as if I can't hear you. Which I think is just becoming a theme of Mary Alice just only hears the things that she really wants to hear.
Well, Mrs. Darwin, I'll speak with you later, and Mary Alice, I'm sure we'll run into each other.
Krystle, always a pleasure dealing with you, and I look forward to our next meeting.
Of course, I'll see myself out.
Have a wonderful day.
I'll go ahead and deal myself a negative outcome card. Brutal.
Yeah, I think Krystle probably knows more information than you would like her to know.
Yeah, that's very true. And with that being said, Krystle, it is your turn to establish or determine outcome for your next spotlight scene.
I think I'm going to establish something, and because we are in our last couple of scenes for the first act, I'm gonna throw I think something of a twist in and get something moving here. So I'm gonna add a small addendum to the previous scene, which I think is Krystle's phone ringing as she leaves. Like she walks out and we hear her phone go off. And I think what I'm going to establish here, we're going to cut to a bunch of phones ringing in Krystle Kustard's law office as she rushes in, having been tipped off that she's under investigation and the authorities are on their way. So if anyone wants to jump in as any of the associates or assistants, I don't imagine it's a large law firm.
Can I pitch something to also happen during this scene?
Okay.
Can Krystle also get a phone call from Burt inquiring about some money that you're holding for him?
Yeah, I think that would be a good moment during the scene.
Okay.
Am I holding?
You're holding it for Jansen.
I believe I am holding
me.
it. Yeah, for Jansen.
Jansen absolutely told you where it came from.
Yeah, I think what we decided on was Burt had money. Jansen said, I know somebody who can hang on to this money for you. So if I remember correctly, it's Burt's money. And Jansen was like the hookup for like the person of like, this is who can hold it.
Right. But I think Jansen is the one who knows that I currently have it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Burt knew. Well, either one or the other of the two of them. I think it might be good to bring that thread in of the money.
Yes. Yeah. No, I think we're on the same thought here.
Okay.
So yeah, I think our scene opens with like a couple of phones like ringing off the hook and a flurry of activity as Krystle storms into her law
Ring, ring,
firm.
ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Krystle's looking much more disheveled than we saw her in the previous scene. I think her phone is going off as well. She hasn't even bothered to silence it, but like we hear a car door slam and then she like rushes in and just starts shouting, Get every file for any case we still have up. Any case going back the last 6 months. Get everything out. Someone get me a trash can, and there's lighter fluid somewhere in the desk. Files now, people. Let's go.
Yeah, I think there's definitely like a bunch of like chaos is like I imagine that Krystle has like a bunch of like unpaid interns. Like most of her staff is like the least money she can get away with spending.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
It's just a bunch of interns like running around and like, grabbing. It's just chaos.
And people who are not qualified to do the job but just need a job, and it's paying them enough that they don't want to go anywhere else. But it's also they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think there's this like flurry of activity going on, people bringing out these papers as Krystle starts throwing a lot of them just without even checking, like just into this metal bin. She's like scrounging around for a lighter that she has. I imagine, yeah, there's probably like some middle-aged woman just kind of like slowly walks in with like a stack of papers and she like dumps them on the desk, and Krystle's just like scooping them into this bin. Yeah, I think her phone is like going off on the side of the desk once again, and as she's like piling these papers, she finally grabs it and what is it?
Hey, Krystle, I hope this isn't a bad time for you. It's just, you know that.
It's not a very good time, Jansen.
Okay, well, this is really important. This is really important. You're gonna. Okay, so I recently lost a job that I was doing, and I know.
Yes, I'll talk to whoever I can talk to. We'll find.
Well, I'm kind of in a bind right now, and I know that like the money that you're holding isn't technically mine, but I was hoping that maybe I could
Jansen,
make a small
we've talked about this. There are certain things we shouldn't say over
buy
the
me over.
phone.
I know, but like it's kind of like you still have it, right? Like it's still safe.
Yes, of course, Jansen. Anything you give me is completely safe, completely confidential. While this is going on, she's like, she's finished shoving the papers in the bin. She is like poured lighter fluid just like over it. And as she's talking to Jansen, she flips. It's like a Zippo lighter, I think. It just like tosses it into this bin. And like steps away from the flames.
All right. Well, I'm actually right outside your office right now, but all the doors seem to be locked for.
Yes, we're experiencing. We have a very important case going on right now. Is there any chance this could wait just a day or two?
I mean, no. I mean, now would be like the ideal time. Like if I could just get like, a small amount that, just a small withdrawal, and then and then I can put it back, and Burt can never know, doesn't have to ever know that I took any of it.
That Jansen, I'm just give me a minute. I have so many things to deal with here.
Krystle,
and she
Krystle, we're getting somebody from the FBI is on the phone. They said they need to talk to you now.
Tell them I will be right there. I'm finishing up with a client. Not a lie. And can I just get the Lubbers case files real quick?
I think somebody looks down at a burning trash can and says, did we have a digital backup of that one?
Everything's backed. Oh, and Krystle looks, and I think we see amongst all the different case files that are burning, there's a small envelope that is also caught fire, and has part of the envelope has like burnt away to reveal the contents inside, and we see the distinct green of cash starting to char and burn.
Perfect. That's gotta be the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a negative. That's gonna be a negative for me.
You think? Cool. I will take my negative card.
Sleep Child just put Rut-row in the chat. Jansen, this is gonna be the last scene for our first act. Do you want to establish or do you want to resolve your spotlight scene?
I think I'm going to establish. I think this has to be Jansen going to Burt.
Yeah.
To try to figure out what to do now that he's been fired. Where outside of the country club, like where would we normally meet? I'm assuming.
Yeah, we probably have like a hangout spot that we just go to. I'm trying to think of like suburb. What do people do in the suburbs?
Maybe you have like maybe we have like a lounge kind of room with like pool tables or something like that.
Can we? I have an idea. How about you like call me to meet at our usual spot, but I'm like, can you actually just come meet me at the roller rink? And my daughter's gonna be here too.
Yeah. I like that.
I can do that. Do you have like the address? I don't normally like go roller skating or whatever.
Yeah. I'll send over the address.
All right. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm close by. I'll be there in just a minute. And
great. What's your shoe size?
It's a 10.
Great. Okay. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you see Jansen just like run into this roller rink, attempt to strap on some rollerblades, but just like slips into him, doesn't tie him or strap him in or whatever. Just like jumps on the rink and kind of messily skates, but stays upright and like catches up with Burt. Hey, ooh, hey, ooh.
Hey, how you doing?
It's better days, definitely. Hey, Kate, right?
Do I know you?
I think maybe we've said hi like before. Like, I'm Jansen. I'm also known as LA Fever.
Right. Of course you are.
All right, I'll just let you get back to what you're doing.
Kate like skates a few feet away, just like completely apathetic.
All right, so we had a little bit of some problems with what you requested, but I also took some of your advice. Yeah, you said, physical copies were not the best, so got it stored up here in my head as much as I can. So if you want, whenever it's convenient, I can just start rattling off all the names that I saw. I might not have all of them, but I probably have most of them.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and do that? I think Burt is not stoked that there's no physical copy, but he's also just kind of fucking with Jansen with this, and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead and start rattling them off."
Also, I guess I should probably say that I did have to quit. I was fired. I kind of quit. I would quit the country club, so I don't work there anymore. So that it might make it a little bit tougher to carry out our plans. And I didn't get the fire extinguisher or what else did you ask for?
A master key for all the golf carts.
I do have a key, and I'm not sure if it's the right one, but we could try it. It doesn't hurt to try it, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can. Shit, we can pivot. We can make this work. All right. So some of the list of names.
Yeah, there's one other thing that I should probably let you know about. So you know how I was keeping that other amount of money safe for you? I handed it off to somebody who I knew would keep it safe, but they're being weird about its circumstance. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that.
Wait. You gave $100,000 to someone else?
Like trustworthy, completely trustworthy.
Who?
100%.
Who are they?
So I don't know if I should name them, but it's Krystle. Yeah, it's my lawyer. But she's
you think the lawyer is trustworthy?
100%. She's gotten me out of every scrape I've ever been in. She's
because you gave her $100,000 of my money.
Like I said, she's keeping it safe, and as far as I know,
as far as you know,
it's good. Everything's good. I just thought that I should mention it. But about those names,
hold on. Call Krystle right now.
I don't know that I should do that.
I need to check in on my money. I need that money.
All right, like dial Krystle. I'm assuming
we're still roller skating.
Yeah, still roller skating. I've half tripped a bunch of times, but I haven't fully fallen yet, which is like a miracle.
Ty, I can tell you're trying to get a positive card out of this by mentioning that, and
I think meanwhile too, we get this. I just want to throw this detail in. I think this has to be like a static shot of the two of them. So like Jansen keeps dipping to the bottom of the screen,
yes.
getting back up, and we see Kate just kind of drifting through the background, back and forth to it's some upbeat pop song, and then she's just slowly gliding back and forth in the background.
Yeah, the blooper reel of this movie is a lot of that scene having to be it's just one continuous shot. But yeah, I think you call maybe a good way to end this scene is I think maybe up to Krystle, as when Jansen calls, does Krystle pick up or not? Because I think whatever happens, it's either it's a shot of either Krystle declining or accepting the call, and then we'll do the tilt. I think that seems cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well then, okay. In that case, let's. Why don't we vote on whether this is positive or negative? Because I think it's
negative. For Jansen. Well,
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Burt's pretty pissed.
Yeah.
Well, what was Jansen's want in the scene?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the problem. I didn't really go in with a strong one. I was just like, I knew that I wanted to have that scene with them, but
Mhm.
I think that my want was that that it just wouldn't be those issues wouldn't be a big problem.
Well, maybe it's a
To get back in-
positive for Jansen because you aren't directly necessarily going to be the focus of the ire from Burt. Like you've passed, like literally passed the buck to someone else, so that could be positive for you.
Yeah, I can go with positive.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
So it's positive.
that-
What does Krystle do?
In that case, I think it's Krystle not answering the phone because that is just going to direct Bert's ire towards Krystle and a little bit away from Jansen.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, so then Jansen, so yeah, that's the shot, is just like Krystle's phone, and then her hand comes in and hits like decline. And I think that's Act 1.
Nice.
Which I think is a good place for us to take a quick break. Because it's a little early on, but it's a good breaking point. So we are going to take a break for I think 10 minutes, and come back with the second half. And we're doing good on time, I think, so we'll probably do the tilt on stream. I was kind of deciding whether we should do it during the break or not, but I think we'll do it on stream. So yeah, we'll see you all in the chat in 10 minutes. And let me go to my break screen. Bye. Hello, how's everyone doing? Thank you so much for the raid, Coda Prime. So sorry that it was like right when we went on break, but we are back, and we are playing the game Fiasco. Which, if you're not familiar with my channel, my name's Taylor. This is Roll for Felicity. I play tabletop games. I do also play some video games. So like on Tuesdays, I've been playing Phoenix Wright. On Wednesdays, sometimes I play video games, sometimes I do tabletop stuff. And then on Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, I do tabletop games. And I'll really quickly mention some of the ones I have coming up. So obviously today we're playing Fiasco, which is basically a game where everything goes wrong. Next month on July 10th, I'm going to be playing I Came Here to Win, which is a reality television themed tabletop RPG. On July 11th, I'll be playing Good Society, which is a Jane Austen themed tabletop RPG. And if you haven't watched Good Society and you're enjoying Fiasco, I think you would really like Good Society too. There's some similarities between the two systems. A lot of very collaborative storytelling. And then the end of next month, I think it's July 24th, my friend Tag will be coming on to guest DM the game that they wrote called Wizard Pals, which is pretty self-explanatory. He plays wizards who are pals. So that's kind of what we have going on. And I will throw it over to my guests to reintroduce themselves, just for anybody who's joining us during our second half. Or, anyone who missed our introductions at the beginning. Last time we started with Josh, but this time I'll have us start with Tyler. Do you want to introduce yourself to everybody? You're muted still, I believe.
Hello, I am Tyler. My pronouns are he, him. I don't have anything to plug today, so that's about it.
That's it. And if you were here during the break, I did have all of, like, the player bio things kind of going through. So perhaps you've read a little bit about Tyler. But if not, you can also go to my Twitter, Roll for Felicity. All of those player bios are also available there. Jason, do you want to introduce yourself? And if there's anything that you want to plug, you can do so at this juncture.
Sure. I'm Jason. My pronouns are he, him. And yeah, the only thing I have to plug is my Twitter, which is @WarlockTrash. It's an okay Twitter, but it's how I met Taylor. So I become friends with people and then I play games with them. So if you want to do that with me, you can just follow me on Twitter and it'll probably happen eventually.
Yeah. And Josh, how about you? You are also muted.
I was also, yeah. Hey, everybody, it's Fiasco. Everything has to go wrong.
That's true. The first
Everything
thing that
goes
happened
wrong.
on stream was that the whole stream crashed. So.
Yeah. Hey, we're here. So we're beating the odds.
That's true.
Yes. I am Josh. They them. Yeah. Jason's Twitter is very good. And also, meet people and play games with them is the goal. So, if you ever want to play games with me, you can also find me on Twitter at WildJBlue. Likewise, I think my Twitter's okay. It's fine. But
I think you both have great Twitters,
It's
okay?
good. Yeah, you have a great Twitter.
No false humility. You both are great. All three of you are great. But two of you use Twitter a little bit more, so your Twitters are great.
One of us here has the wisdom to not be on the internet.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Oh, was there anything that you wanted to plug other than your Twitter?
No. I'll just plug. I'll throw a plug in for playing a game you haven't played before. If you like RPGs, try out something weird, something different.
Yeah.
Go find a cool indie game.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree. If you do want to follow either Josh or Jason on Twitter, I did just drop a link in chat with links to both of their Twitter profiles. You can just click that, and it'll take you straight there, and you can follow them. And you can also follow me on Twitter at RollForFelicity to find out what I'm doing next. Sometimes I also do like polls to determine, what games we'll be playing or different things like that. But enough about Twitter. Let's talk about what's happened so far in this game. So, we have our four characters, Mary Alice Tweedy, who is married to Burt Russell, who is, partners in crime with Jansen, aka LA Fever Lubbers, who is the client of lawyer, Krystle Kustard. And just to bring it full circle, Krystle Kustard is Mary Alice Tweedy's high school sport rival. And so far what has happened is we've determined that Mary Alice and Burt don't have the best marriage, and they have a 16-year-old daughter who neither of them are particularly good parents to, I guess is probably the easiest way to put it. Mary Alice and Krystle are also not very friendly. Mary Alice is pursuing a divorce, which is she's keeping a secret, but Krystle found out about it, so that's not great for Mary Alice. But what's not great for Krystle is she just inadvertently, first of all, under investigation for her bad lawyering practices, and also burned $100,000 that she was holding for Burt. And Burt just found out through Jansen that Krystle supposedly has the money, but is being kind of shady about the availability of it. Neither Burt nor Jansen know that the money has been burned, but they are both kind of suspicious of Krystle. And I feel like that's only going to get worse because we are at Act 2 of Fiasco. I should also mention that Burt and Jansen are currently planning a heist of the local country club, Promise Hill, who Jansen just got fired from. So that's kind of thrown a little bit of a wrench into things. The next thing that's going to happen is what's called the tilt. So halfway through a game of Fiasco, two players will get to determine something based on cards, or if you're playing in person, there's a chart and dice that you use. But we're playing on Roll20, so it's cards. And we determined that Tyler and I have the highest scores, so I will pick something that's going to complicate matters, and Tyler's going to pick something that will complicate matters out of some different options. And I think the thing that I am going to choose that will complicate things for everyone, there's some really good options, but
so many good ones.
I feel like the thing that I'm most drawn toward in movies like this is this one, which is mayhem, magnificent self-destruction. And that can apply to a character, it can apply to multiple characters. It's just something that's going to come into play during the second half of this game. Tyler, did you have one that you were wanting to pick?
I had more than one that I wanted to pick. I'm really drawn to a stupid plan executed to perfection.
Yeah.
So good.
But it's between that and Somebody Panics, I think.
Yeah,
For
those
me.
were those were some of the ones I was thinking of too.
I think I gotta go with a stupid plan executed to perfection.
Perfect. Okay, so everyone else whose cards were not selected, you can draw those cards back into your hand, because that is how we will determine how the aftermath of this story goes. And if one of yours was chosen, just remember that one of yours was chosen. And I think we're ready to get into Act 2. And that means that we're going to start with a scene from Burt Russell. Burt, do you want to establish or do you want to resolve this scene?
I think I'll resolve this time.
Okay. What do we think is the next good scene to have happen? I feel like the obvious thing and the thing that would move us forward most, which I'm looking at Josh and I think they might have the same idea, is a scene with Burt and Krystle. I think at Krystle's office would be the most obvious that everything is going really poorly. But just because I feel like bringing the momentum like full force is kind of maybe the best option.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I was thinking that too, but I wasn't sure.
Then we're
Maybe
all on the
we
same
can-
page.
We can have the feds show up at the same time, just so
Oh,
we're getting
yes.
a lot in one scene.
Yeah.
So we can do stuff for Krystle and myself.
Yeah. Do we think Jansen is there?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jansen, Krystle, and Burt are at Krystle's office. I will break in as the feds. I'll cut in and rudely interrupt at a point that I find most advantageous. So yeah, I think let's cut straight into Jansen and Burt entering the office and seeing the well, Krystle, what do you think your office looks like?
It's an excellent question. It's an attempt at being like ostentatious. It's very like attempting to be upper class and fancy, but it's all like paintings that are like up close, clearly just like cheap mass produced stuff. The furniture is like wearing out. Like if you look at it from a distance, you'd be like, oh, that looks like a nice office, if like a bit over decorated.
What do you think it looks like now? But after the events.
Now it looks a little bit I think things have been cleaned up. But there are still like a few drawers ajar. There are like some papers that someone is reorganizing because they got in the wrong pile. The ashes I think have been dumped in the dump out back. But there's a little bit of smoke damage to the ceiling that if either Jansen or Burt were to look up would maybe notice. A little bit of discoloration on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And Krystle's office in particular, like her room, is quite a mess right now, like very untidy.
So yeah, I think we cut to Jansen and Burt walking in. This is Krystle's office. As you can see, it's the office of a very trustworthy person. I don't think we're gonna
Things are scattered about, and I think there was a fire here.
I kind of noticed that too. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm sure Krystle can explain. I think our office is just down this hallway.
She fucking better explain. We go knock on the door, or if it's open, we just go in.
I think it is closed. But I imagine the secretary is like distracted at the moment.
Okay, cool. Then we'll just go in.
Oh, Jansen, and Mr. Russell. I wasn't aware that the two of you knew each other.
Yep. We just came to and I like shut the door to check on that item that you were holding for me that I was entrusted with from actually Burt here.
Oh, yes, the package, of course. I don't keep it here. That wouldn't be secure enough.
Well, Burt just wanted to check in on it and wanted to make sure that it was still safe. I mean, it's important. It's a lot. So if we could just, make sure that it's, all there still.
I can assure you that it is perfectly safe. It is in my safe deposit box. Everything is kept quite secure. I can assure you. Now it will take some time if I needed to say re-procure the item for you. That can be arranged, but of course I don't have it with me.
Yes, go get it.
You understand, it's not here on the premises.
Okay, let's go to the bank and get it.
Right. Now I do think it'll look suspicious if the three of us walk in.
I think as you're saying this, a couple of people in suits and ties kind of peek their head in the door and like knock and say, we're looking for Ms. Krystle Kustard.
You found her, but I'm sorry, I'm with a couple of clients at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's gonna have to be put on hold a little bit, and of course they do the thing where they flip open their the one who's the lead flips open his wallet and you can see a quick flash of like, the FBI logo. I'm so sorry to intrude, but I think this is gonna take some precedence.
Of course. Yes. Jansen, Mr. Russell, I'm afraid that our business may have to wait. Perhaps we should speak later.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yep. Yeah. I guess I'll be seeing you then. Hope everything's okay.
Yeah. What's going on here? I'm asking the officers. Is this lady in trouble?
The investigation's
gentleman
ongoing, but we let us know if you know anything. We might have to have a little conversation with you. And he hands you a business card.
Yeah. Because she's my lawyer. So if there's anything going on, I feel like I should be like one of the first ones to know, right? Right?
He also hands you a business card and says, I'm sure we'll want to be speaking with you as well.
Jansen, and Krystle kind of like leans in and tries to whisper just to Jansen, do remember that confidentiality goes both ways.
Yeah, absolutely. But we will be wanting to see, what we agreed upon. We will want to be seeing that as soon as we can.
Of course, I will take care of that as soon as my business with these fine folks here is concluded.
Yep. Officers, I honestly, I think that I think everything here is probably perfectly fine. I don't think you have anything to worry about. Krystle does everything above the board. Right?
I I think they're just kind of like nodding and kind of like doing the thing where you're like clearly just waiting for someone to leave. Like they're not really being that communicative.
All right. I think Jansen just like steps outside the door.
Yeah, I'll leave too.
Cool. Yeah. And you get to resolve, right? Because we set the scene. So Burt, you get to decide how that went for you.
Oh, I mean, I didn't get my money, so I think it's a negative.
That's true, you didn't get your money. You did get some more information, so if you would want to have positive.
Yeah.
I mean, I got lied to, but I don't know it, so I would definitely.
Yeah, I guess that's the question. How much does Burt suspect at this point?
Oh, I don't trust Krystle at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would just call it a negative.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead and give yourself a negative card.
I'm also trying to think if retroactively we could make it that maybe Krystle hinted something about my wife at the divorce lawyer or something like that.
Oh, well, I think I kind of want to establish a scene because Mary Alice is next. And I feel like there's a need that Mary Alice has that we haven't really gotten into that I'm also involved in.
Right.
And I feel like now is maybe a good time to have that happen. I'm looking at Josh because it's their need. But our scenes are next back to back. So if you want, you can do that on your scene. And I can do something different on my scene. I guess it would be more of a spotlight for you than for me.
If you have a thought for your character, like, absolutely go for it.
Yeah, I think...
And that's one of the things, too, with Fiasco is, like, you have a limited seat, so you really got to pack in the action.
Yeah. I think it might be good to have a scene with Mary Alice and Burt, maybe. I'd love to get Jansen in, but I don't have any connection to Oh, maybe Jansen is at our place. Like, maybe this is the scene it's at our house. Jansen and Burt, you are, like, hanging out. Let's just say, we mentioned this earlier and didn't use it, but let's say we have, like, a pool table or, like, a study or something like that. So you two are home. Is this all the same day, do we think? Do we think all of this happened the same day? Or do you think the fire at Krystle's was yesterday and this is the next day?
I kind of feel like maybe it's a day later.
Okay. I think then I had something... I think I'm coming home with Kate. Like, we had something at school, like parent-teacher conference or something like that. Or I guess maybe not. I guess it wouldn't be that because we established it was summer. Maybe Kate's in summer school. So I'm coming home from some sort of meeting or something about Kate. And I can hear like music and people playing pool upstairs. So it's like, again, I think with Mary Alice, it's a lot of like shots of her like doing these mundane things that she's always the one that has to do. So like driving places. So like it's maybe a montage of her day of like getting groceries, doing this, like driving Kate around, and then like tosses the keys on the counter, hears music upstairs. I think Kate just like goes straight to her room. Like they're not really, maybe just had a fight or something. And Mary Alice.
There's a loud slam of the door and like music starts playing.
Yes, I think that's exactly it is. There's a slam of the door, music from Kate's room, and then Mary Alice hears music from the lounge, and goes up, throws the lounge door open, and is like, well, I'm glad to see that someone here seems to have had a good day.
Hello, Mrs. Russell. Or no, that's
Tweedy.
not right.
It's actually Tweedy.
Tweedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very particular about that.
Yeah, I apologize. I am so sorry. I
Yes.
did not mean any
God
offense.
forbid. Fuck me for being particular about my own name. How childish of me.
Oh my god. Honey, how was your day? What did you do today?
I got groceries. They're sitting on the counter downstairs. I guess I'll have to put them away. Kate had a lot to say about your little daddy-daughter date with her.
Oh yeah, is she like, she likes the roller skating or?
No, she kind of actually said that you were weirdly insistent on her just kind of skating back and forth like you were training for the skate Olympics. Is that what you think a daddy-daughter date is?
You know, it's just discipline, you know, building good discipline skills. It's a lot of that. I don't know. I watched a YouTube tutorial on how to be a good dad, and that was one of the things, to just make your kid run laps.
It's really working out, and I think I'm like holding some papers and slam them down on the pool table, like messing up whatever game you have. And
Oh, I was winning.
It's like I think it's the report card or whatever. It's like something with her score, and I'm just like, she is already in summer school, and she's already apparently not doing well according to her teachers.
Did he steal those papers too?
Wait, Jansen, what do you mean?
Oh, yeah, what the fuck are you doing here?
Thanks for firing me, by the way, or getting me fired,
Wait.
anyways.
Mary Alice, you got Jansen fired?
Yes, because this creep was printing out information about our daughter, who you apparently don't even give a shit about.
What? Oh, what happened to the printouts?
The manager took them and shredded them. I think I followed him to his office and insisted that they be destroyed.
Why?
because it's our daughter's name. Every information that the country club has about her, information about me. I mean, what kind of father and husband are you that you don't even give a shit that this weird freak that you're hanging out with is like spying on our family?
No, he was just getting that from me to find out what the country club knows about us.
Why couldn't you just goddamn ask?
Because I thought it would be more fun this way.
Yeah, that place is not above the board. It is not savory.
Just get out of our house. You're
Jansen, no, you stay right here.
Okay.
Jansen, get the fuck
yes?
out of my house.
All right.
Mary,
you don't have to tell me twice.
Mary
Jansen.
Alice. My name is Mary Alice. Everyone always calls me Mary. Everyone always calls me Russell. My name is
so
Mary
sorry about
Alice
that.
Tweedy. And Jansen, whatever you are, whoever you are, my daughter is in this house.
You call him LA Fever.
Yeah,
LA Fever, of course. Yeah, that makes me feel a lot better. That makes me feel a lot better. That a weird little creep named LA Fever is spying on our family and our daughter. Get out. And you know what?
I'm not spying on anyone.
Both of you, get out of the house.
What?
Both of you.
Burt, what should we do?
I don't know. She gets like this sometimes. I do usually leave, just because I don't like being around her. But at the same time, I kind of don't want to leave and give her the satisfaction. So maybe I'll go and you stay.
I'm here and I can hear what you're saying about me. I pick up I pick up like a commemorative plate and just like throw it across the room. Just like crash it into the wall.
I think the only way to really stick it to her is if I leave and you stay here, Jansen.
I don't think that's a good idea.
If you stay here, I am going to call the police. I am going to call the police, and I do have pepper spray. So you will be pepper sprayed and you will be arrested.
Oh, you can go ahead and call the police. We're friends with this guy, and I hold up the FBI card that I just got. So this outranks whoever you can call.
I don't even even know. I feel like that has to be the scene. I don't even know what would be said in response to that. Yeah. You all can resolve.
What was your want in that scene?
I feel like my want and Mary Alice's want was different. My want is I want Mary Alice to have motivation to follow through with what I think Krystle is about to propose. But Mary Alice, I think, just wants to be left alone. So I'm not sure how that goes with regards to the outcome cards. I think it's with characters, so I think it's a negative. Probably, if that's how we're determining it.
Yeah, I feel like that was a negative for Mary Alice. Like, things did not go very well there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I concur.
Cool. I will take a negative card. And that's Krystle Kustard. It's your turn to establish your resolve scene.
Yeah, I think I want to resolve here. And in particular, because I think we're all kind of on board on where this is going. So I think it is actually a little bit more interesting for me to toss that over to the three of you to establish exactly what this scene is.
So we want you and Mary Alice in the scene.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like how do we want because I feel like Krystle has to approach Mary Alice, because there's no reason vice versa. I
have an idea.
Yeah.
What if both of you are really stressed out right now and pissed off, kind of at Burt, and maybe to blow off steam, just because both of you were big tennis stars back in the day, you hit the courts.
Yeah.
And then you're both there.
That's so good.
Of course.
That's fantastic.
I think we both go to the tennis court. I think it's gotta be definitely nighttime. And the lights of the only thing that's lighting up is the lights on the course, or not course, the tennis, whatever it's, tennis course. Is that what it's called?
Court.
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 Tennis court.
Of course.
You're one sound off.
The tennis court. And I think, I feel like we should just cut straight to us having a tennis match. I don't think it matters so much how we get there. I think the scene starts with, I think the last scene ends with Burt holds up the card and says, you can call the police, but whoever I am friends with outranks. And then it's the shot of Mary Alice, groceries melting on the counter, the condensation and everything, grabs her keys back off the counter, drives off, and then it's her playing tennis with Krystle. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, so I imagine this is just a very angry, no words are being said.
Yeah.
I have to imagine it was the kind of thing where both of us came in to do it, and maybe there's someone working there, if this is at the country club, somebody working a late shift or something, who was oh yeah, there's someone else on the courts, we can pit the two of you against each other. And there was just this moment of ugh, all right, I'm gonna fix my day by showing you up.
Yes. Yeah, I'm in my green velour tracksuit.
Yeah. Krystle has gone for a very country club tennis player outfit.
Yeah.
That is probably, she's probably a little bit too old to be wearing it at this point. But yeah, it's a white polo skirt, just slightly too short, in some worn tennis shoes. I think that's the outfit is put together, and then these shoes don't quite fit, a little too worn.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely definitely some shots of just the two of us angrily batting the tennis ball back and forth. Is the first part of the scene.
Uh, yeah. I like the idea too, because like with tennis, it's been a long time since I played tennis, but you have to get like far enough ahead. So maybe we're just essentially trading
Yeah.
score, like back and forth. We are still just so evenly matched.
Yeah.
I think we get to a moment where eventually we both just kind of like, one of us, I'll say Krystle, just like loses it a little bit, sends a ball flying, the score evens back up, and instead of going to get another ball, they just look at each other like we should just call it. Like neither one of them can admit it. Neither one of them wants to give up, but I think they're both at the point where it's like, okay, I'm exhausted already.
Yeah. I think Mary Alice like is very out of breath and just says, "What do you have to be so mad about?"
Oh, what? Because your terrible marriage is falling apart. So if that's the end of the world for you?
I wish my goddamn marriage would fall apart. No, I'm stuck. I have a husband who won't even, take responsibility for our daughter. And what about what I wanted? What about what I wanted with my life? What do you have to be mad about? You have your own business. You're in control of your own life.
I have a goddamn mess. It's all crumbling. It's all. I've put in so much work. I've had it up to here with people like you. Always getting in my way. People like you and your husband just think you run this whole goddamn town, and somebody just wants to do some good in the world and prove themselves.
I am nothing like my husband.
You say your marriage isn't falling apart. I gotta look at Darwin's files. I see the state you're in. Honey, you just try and leave him. You're not getting anything.
You think I don't know that? You think that's not why I went to Darwin? I mean, what would your advice be? Just stay in this miserable fucking life for the rest of my life?
No, of course not. You think that I got to where I am by playing along with what everybody else wanted? No. If you're outmatched, you gotta play dirty.
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. All I ever wanted was you out of my way. You and your husband.
Yeah, you're welcome to have my husband out of your way. And you know what? I'll stay out of your way too.
I think like they kind of maybe they turn away from each other, and after a moment of silence, Krystle says, "No, I'll level with you. I hate you. I hate you. I've hated you with every fiber I have since high school. But right now, you're not my problem. Right now, your goddamn husband is my problem."
Well, we can shake on that. And I put my hand out to shake hands with you.
Krystle looks down at your hand and says, "As much as I don't want to admit it, I think we both have the same problem."
I'm still just holding my hand.
Krystle reaches out to take your hand. maybe there's something we can do about that.
Yeah, I think that's the scene. And I think for the should we say for the benefit of the audience what Krystle's need is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a need between the two of us.
It's a need for it's a need between the two of us. Yeah.
It is, I think, a little bit more important for Krystle right now. But yeah, the need attached to our relationship, audience, is to get away with murder.
Yes, yeah, and hello.
I gave them that card, and now they're gonna kill me.
Yeah. Shouldn't have given us this card. Hello, Lost Boy. Yes, you're exactly right. Mary Alice Tweedy and Krystle Kustard just formed a deal. Yes, yeah. I didn't want to use your name just in case you wanted to be anonymous, but yeah, hello, Chai. Yeah. So that I think that's that scene. Krystle, you're able to resolve that scene. I feel like I know what.
Yeah, I think that went pretty positively. Like, yeah. Krystle went from desperate to maybe having a way out. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to take a positive outcome for that.
I think definitely it's a lingering shot of, like, the handshake is how that scene wraps up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is now, Jansen, you can either establish or choose to resolve your scene.
I think I'm going to resolve just because I have been sitting here trying to figure out where I want this to go from here, and I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw it to you and see if you all have some good ideas to establish a scene.
We do have a couple of tilt cards. And I feel like it might be a good chance to at least sow the seeds of them. I think maybe, do we want to have the heist or whatever the plan is, like, something to do with that?
Yeah, I think we need to come up with a stupid plan executed to, like, we need to come up with the stupid plan this scene. Or we don't need to, but that would be my...
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, I think there are, like, 2 plans in...
yes.
kind of being planned right now, so it could go either way there.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I do like using that tilt card for the two of you.
Yeah, for the benefit of anyone who joined after we started the tilt, we have 2 things that are going to take place during Act 2 for us to, like, integrate. One is magnificent self-destruction. One is a stupid plan executed to perfection. So those are kind of the 2 plot devices we're talking about right now. So, yeah, I think something with... I mean, Burt has the house to himself during this scene with Mary Alice and Krystle. So maybe a scene of Jansen and Burt planning this heist or whatever the plan is. I think that seems like it would be good.
Yeah, I like that for the 2 of you.
So, like, we both left, I'm assuming, and then when Mary Alice took off, like, we just went back inside to finish our game of pool or whatever.
I think you stayed and I stormed out.
Yeah.
I think
we
I
won
left.
that conversation. We beat her.
We won.
So we can be in the house already, or we can change locations just to change locations. But yeah, as long as we're together and planning out what we're doing next.
Yeah, I mean, if it's set at the house, then we can take it from there.
Okay, cool. I mean, Kate's definitely still here, but she's in her room probably.
Yeah.
But it would be funny if she interrupted our master plan.
That's true.
So yeah, we're finishing our game of pool, I think is what we were playing before, and we're re-racking. All right, so as you can see, you know, it, it, this plan. I mean, it was your wife really that kind of threw everything kind of under the bus. But I'm kind of trusting you to, kind of guide me through. You've got experience, and I trust you to kind of right the ship. But I'm right here. I'm by your side, and I can do what you need me to. We can finally pull off this this big heist we've been talking about for so long. So what do you need from me?
What I need from you were mentioning earlier that the club is unsavory and has unsavory people in it and working for it. What do you know about like the less savory aspects of that place?
I was just kind of saying that because I didn't want to look so bad for being fired from there, but I'm pretty sure that some of the money that goes through that place, like it disappears into different pockets. I've definitely seen that. It doesn't always go to where it's supposed to be going.
Yeah, that is a shame. I feel like that money would be better suited for our pockets.
Yeah, and it's already in a pocket that it's not supposed to be in. So if we take it, it's hardly even stealing at that point.
It's just going to a different pocket.
A different pocket, right.
I think what we'll need is a distraction for us to be able to go in, grab the money, and get out. And I'm thinking, well, would you be able to describe some of the less savory aspects of this club to perhaps our FBI agent friend? If they were to raid the club, we might be able to sneak in during that time.
Yeah. Oh, I like where your brain's at. This is good. Yeah, I could do that. I could call them up right now.
Let's call them up right now.
All right. I got their business card and everything. This is perfect. This basically fell into our lap. Can't ask for better than this.
Do you need me to read the number off for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. It's 555 368 7422.
All right. It's ringing. I'm gonna put it on speakerphone.
Thanks, Jansen.
I feel like this is Jansen's spotlight, and you're also determining outcome. Ty, do you want the FBI agent to pick up, or like how do you want this to go? I mean, I'm assuming I'll play the the FBI agent since I already was.
I think I'm leaning toward positive. So, yeah, I think pick up.
Okay.
Would be.
Yeah. So the phone picks up, and the person on the other end. Oh, now I have to think of a name. Says, yes.
We have a table.
Oh, we have a table. I did think of a name. Which is really basically a ripoff of another name. I was gonna say Dirk Bentley. Which is really just a ripoff of Dirk Gently, right? So I think I'll go with that. I like Dirk Bentley. Picks up the phone and says, Special Agent Dirk Bentley. Hello?
Real quick, is this the same agent that we met in the office earlier?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because that's the number you have. So I think it's like a direct number.
All right. Hey, agent. This is Jansen.
Jansen.
We spoke in Krystle Kustard's office earlier.
Okay.
You handed me a business card, and it got me thinking. There's a country club, the Promise Hill Country Club. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Just until very recently, I worked there. When I was working there, I saw some things that I think you may be interested in. I mean, we're talking we're talking all kinds of unsavory business, if you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. So, if you wanted to check into that, it'd probably be a real good idea, because there is money that is it's not going through the proper channels.
Seems like there's a lot of that going around in Park Ridge Terrace.
Yeah, and this I can assure you, I was just recently fired from there, probably because I kind of knew kind of what was happening, and they wanted to yeah, distance themselves from me being able to see that. And I'm telling you, this is much bigger than whatever was going on at Krystle Kustard's office. I can assure you.
I put my hand over the phone. I say, hey, we got a disgruntled employee tip on the line about Promise Hill. Yeah, let me know everything that you got.
Yeah, hold on one second. I put on silent. Burt, you think this is going good?
I think you're doing absolutely fantastic.
How far should I go with this? How much information? Should I be vague, or should I go into detail?
We gotta give details, even if they're not real. We gotta, there's human trafficking going on
Jansen?
in the basement.
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm just making sure that I'm someplace where I won't be disturbed. Just one more. Just give me 1 minute. I'm back on silent.
Yeah, just make something up, something real bad that they'll have to go in. Drugs, gambling, anything.
All right. Agent, are you still there?
Yeah. Yes, I'm still here. What? You said something horrible happening?
Do we want to call scene there?
Yeah, I think that's good. Cool. Yeah, I think you said earlier that you wanted this to be a positive one for Jansen. I think it definitely is. So go ahead and give yourself a positive card, if there are still positives to be taken. That's actually maybe good for me to be keeping track of.
I think there's at least one or two.
Okay. Yeah. Next up is Burt. Do you want to establish, or do you want to resolve?
I think, well, yeah, I guess I'll establish. I think we'll cut over to the quote unquote heist.
Yeah.
Because we're in our last round of
That's
scenes
true.
now.
Yeah. We are getting close to the end of the game. So just for anybody who hasn't played this game before, Fiasco, you do different scenes. And then once every person has had 4 scenes, 2 in Act 1 and 2 in Act 2, then we move into the aftermath. So we are getting close to the end of the game. So yeah, Burt.
Yeah, okay. So I am going to Jansen and I will be at the club. I forced Jansen to wear a disguise since he got fired. So what do you think you would be wearing? I bring you in as a +1 guest. You can sign people in at the club, even if they're not members. But I need to make sure that you don't look like yourself. So what do you want to be wearing?
I think definitely I've got some sunglasses on. I think I come in with a fake mustache, but you're immediate it's too obvious. But yeah, sunglasses, a ball cap or something, and I don't know, just yeah, something that I wouldn't normally wear. But I also, they've only ever really seen me in my uniform, so.
All right, Jansen. So let's go over the plan one more time. We know that Agent
Dirk Bentley, sorry.
Agent Bentley is going to be busting in here in about 30 minutes. So we want to be as close to the safe as possible. They just did their fundraiser for feeding hungry children, so there's going to be a lot of money in there. You know the layout of the place. We just got to get there.
Yep. I got this. You can just follow me right in, and I can lead you to the safe, and we can just get the money and be out, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, so we'll start heading towards that area if there's no obstacles.
I mean, it's up to. It's kind of up to you. You're
we are establishing.
Yeah, you're the one establishing. Although I guess the rest of us can decide if it's going to go poorly since we're resolving. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, here's the thing: we have a tilt in play that
I think it
is a
should
stupid
be
plan perfectly executed.
Yeah.
I think this is a stupid plan perfectly executed.
So here's the plan. No. We're going to get the money out of that safe whilst the raid is going on, and then you're going to escape with that key that you have that you're not sure goes to golf carts. We're going to just assume it goes to golf carts, and I brought my roller skates. So we should be good to go. Also, my daughter's here. So just in case any,
is this like a party? Is this like an event?
Yeah, let's just say this is the fundraiser for Hungry Children. And we're knocking it over.
Perfect.
The best time to raid a place or to steal from a place is when you've called in the FBI for a raid.
Yeah.
Genius.
Genius move. Yeah. I think since we're resolving, I feel like, because I kind of have an idea for my establishing for the next one. So I think if we're resolving it, and Josh has pitched that it's a stupid plan executed perfectly, I think it is like Burt looks important enough that like he just like kind of like it's shots of like Burt just kind of walking to the safe, like where he knows the safe to be, and just like kind of going in, and it's like one of those things where like there's a sticky note somewhere in the room that has like the safe combination because the employees kept forgetting it, and like it's also the change safe, so like they need to be able to get in, and it's just like one of those things. Jansen like has this costume on, and go ahead.
I think Jansen is going for like a bodyguard look.
Nice.
Yeah, perfect.
So, yeah, as this is happening, like it's just shots of like us walking, but there's so many unnecessary cuts to like new angles of us walking.
Yeah.
And someone maybe starts to stop us, but that's when the FBI busts in and whoever's guarding this place.
Yeah, I kind of have an idea for.
Yeah, we can save it. We don't need to.
Yeah, I do think the FBI busts in, but we have another tilt of magnificent self-destruction, and I think that might be a good time for the FBI to drop in, if that's cool with people.
Yeah. Then we'll just hit the safe. We'll get the money and be heading out, and maybe be stopped by someone. And that could be like the end of the scene, I guess.
Yeah, I think the next scene, I have an idea for what I want to establish, and I think it's you like getting the money out of the safe. You're headed out. You and Jansen are headed out. Mary Alice is at the bar with Krystle, and at the event, like came separately, but at the same event.
So I think the button I'm gonna put on my scene is like, I take this money, and I think I'm just gonna say, for like dramatic irony, I'm like, Jansen, I don't talk about this a lot, but I think with this score, I can fix things with my wife and my kid. I think it can all be okay, and I really appreciate you helping me with this.
Did you want a response, or you want to?
Oh, you can respond if you have something. Yeah.
Not particular. I just didn't know if you were looking for a response or if you.
Jansen just looks confused, maybe.
We're splitting the money, right? 50-50?
Yeah. You're gonna get a lot of money from this. I just want wanted you to know that I appreciate you. And if I can tell you a little bit about my backstory, like I moved to this town after I stole $12 billion, and you only saw 100,000 of it, but it was 12 billion. And I moved here to hide out, and I thought I would just be here for maybe 4 or 5 months before blowing over to the next town, but I saw the most beautiful woman, and I just knew I had to stay. And things have been hard with her and with Kate. I know I've not always been the best husband and father, but this is what I know: money, how to get money, and how to spend money. I can do that, and I think because that's what I'm good at, I can finally make things right with my family.
Wow, man. Is this like the best time to be doing this? Like, right here by the safe, like with the money?
This feels like a real climax moment, so I just feel like I need to get it all out right now.
All right. I trust you. I trust you. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I lost track of who established that scene and who was resolving it.
I established it, so
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jason established.
I think positive. Oh yeah, that's right, because we were talking about the tilt. I think that has to be positive.
Yeah.
A stupid plan executed to perfection. Positive card.
All goes well.
I think the next shot after you saying like, actually, I think to set up, you say like, I met this beautiful woman. Da 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 da. The next shot is actually, I think your audio is going over the visual of someone serving a Long Island iced tea, a 7 and 7, and like you can see the sleeve of a green velour tracksuit pulling something out and like dropping it into the 7 and 7 and slipping it back away. And I almost feel like that's almost all I want for that scene. Like, I don't know if there needs to be something more than that. Unless people want it to be something in addition.
If you want to give that, like, hand it off now, I guess, or if you want to save that for Krystle's, I don't know, but
yeah, because the next here's I think maybe what happens is you two are having that conversation. It's the insert shot of the drinks, and the thing that stops you and Jansen from leaving is once again Mary Alice kind of comes up behind you, puts her like, I think just like slips her arm around your waist, and like her like one hand, the Long Island iced tea kind of goes around, and she says, I didn't know you were gonna be here.
oh, I mean, this is for the hungry children, so of course I had to come.
I mean, I know this is for the hungry children, but you know, you're looking a little bit thirsty, and I hand you the 7 and 7.
I'm so glad you gave this to me. I can't tell you yet, you know, I don't want to jinx it, but I have some good news. So you, me, Jansen, if we all want to just clink glasses and drink up, I think there's a lot to celebrate tonight.
Perfect. Let's cheers. Cheers.
I think Jansen's just standing in the background, like with the bag of money,
you
like
have a drink.
like I think Jansen's supposed to be undercover, so he's like trying to like maintain his in character.
I don't
like,
recognize Jansen.
looking around.
And I think the button I have for Mary Alice is after she takes a drink, she just kind of like gives you a little kiss on the cheek, gives Burt a kiss on the cheek and says, I'm sorry about yesterday, you know, Lotta. I'm just worried about Kate.
It's okay. I worry too. I know that I don't always emotionally connect, but what I can do is provide, and I've figured out how to do it, and I will make sure that you and Kate are both provided for. And I'll do that for the rest of my life, sweetie, I swear.
Perfect. Yeah. I think the three of you can pick the resolution.
That's positive. You successfully. Yeah. I drank the drink.
Yeah.
Positive.
That's a positive outcome for Mary Alice.
And
I
it's our
think
scene.
negative for about everyone else.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Krystle, you're up next. Do you want to establish, or do you want to or do you want to resolve?
Just to let y'all into my thinking, like I've been bouncing back between the two, but like my big thing here is to get away with murder, which is seems to be happening. But we also have another tilt card in play.
Whatever you want to do is totally cool. I do think, because we are down to the last two scenes, right? It's Mary Alice, and then it's Jansen, and then that's it. I think the reason why I was thinking of pushing the FBI is because I feel like that is a button for magnificent self-destruction for either Mary Alice or Krystle or both of us. And I feel like we're on the same wavelength for that.
Do you have a scene pitch?
I don't. I just think the resolution should be negative, and I feel like the resolution of the scene should be the FBI showing up. But that's all I have for the pitch. So.
I'll let you all resolve it. That I think I'll establish, but I'm like open to this being collaborative. But I think this is Krystle like trying to finalize this plan. Then, I'm gonna say so. We've enacted the first part, and Burt has been poisoned.
Mm-hmm. We
have a second step to that, which will probably include Jansen as well. And I think this scene is going to have Krystle realizing that there's also more money in play. Enough money to start over.
Yes. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah. Do you think Krystle overheard or saw the conversation between Burt and Jansen?
Did Krystle overhear, or does Krystle just see what they have?
Yeah, maybe that.
Okay, yeah. I think this scene then, to be clear, is Krystle with Mary Alice's assistance trying to get Burt to drive away. They can maybe all leave here.
Yeah. Perfect.
What I missed? Sorry.
We were we kind of think that either this scene or the next scene should be the FBI arriving. And we're thinking the second or the first tilt of magnificent self-destruction should be either Krystle or Mary Alice or both of us, since Burt just drank something nefarious, and the FBI are arriving soon. So I think Josh just pitched that it's Krystle trying to get that Krystle saw the wad of cash that you have during this last scene, and is now trying to get you two to leave so that she can possibly get a piece of that money that you've got. But we are picking the resolution, and Krystle is, or Josh is, establishing.
Yeah, I think it's probably, like immediately after the end of this last scene, Krystle arriving on scene with a drink, like a drink of her own. Well, look at the happy tableau we have here. Jansen, I didn't think they'd let you back in here.
Who the hell is Jansen?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you preferring LA Fever again?
Sounds cool, but don't know who that is.
Yeah, this is my friend Miami Heat. Different person.
Yep.
Of course, of course. I'm sorry, I mistook you for someone else. You bear such a striking resemblance to someone whose ass I've saved so many times and who probably owes me their entire life.
Speaking of
Speaking of owing
asses,
things.
Krystle, what are you doing here? Sorry.
Jealous
sorry.
again, Mary Alice. It's a bad look on you.
Chris, do you have my money?
Oh, are we being honest now? Yes, you know I do. It seems maybe... I'm wondering if maybe you don't need it anymore.
That's so ominous. I definitely need it.
Who couldn't use money?
You know, it seems you're accomplishing quite a bit with your little crew here, but maybe next time look at getting someone with just some acting skill. Just anyone who can perform a role believably. But I do think maybe the two of you should be getting out of here. In fact, Burt, why don't I go with you and we'll go get your money? I have it out of my car.
Oh, great. So you did get it. Thank you.
Yes. Jansen, I'm sure you took a few things with you when you left. Do you still have any of the keys to the carts?
Burt.
Yeah.
What should I say?
I don't. What do you need the keys for, Krystle?
Well, I just don't want to go through the bother of checking one out if I don't have to.
I thought we were just going to your car.
You know how far away the parking lot is from here. I got here late. I'm afraid I'm parked
Okay.
a distance away.
Gotcha.
I think we'll want to
Oh,
take the cart.
Yeah, that's right. Krystle, you have to remember, Burt, Krystle doesn't have the premium parking with her membership to the club, so.
Yeah, that's right. She doesn't have the premium part. Never mind.
Oh, Krystle, I'm so sorry to hear that. Of course, you can have the keys, since you're so far away, since you can't afford the premium parking.
I think some things are going to change in my favor soon. Why don't you drive, Burt? I'll show you the way.
Great. Sounds good.
Here's the key.
Is Jansen coming with us? Is my wife coming? Are we all leaving? What's happening?
I think I'm not. I think as you're like getting ready to go, Mary Alice says, "Oh well, I suppose I'll stay here with Kate. She's supposed to be around here somewhere."
Oh, good. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I don't talk to the kid that much, but just tell her I had a great time skating with her.
I'll be sure to let her know.
Awesome.
I walk away as I always do. As soon as I've said something, I walk away.
All right.
What Jansen does is his business.
I think I'll come along. Seems like the best bet.
If you're certain.
Do we think the other, not Krystle, since you established, but the rest of us, do we want the FBI to arrive now, or do you think we want the FBI to arrive during Jansen's scene? Because if we want the FBI to arrive now, we should do that.
Yeah, I think
I have a little bit of a pitch.
Yeah, go for it.
If you'll allow. I think as we're driving away, Burt starts to feel the effects of whatever was in his drink, as well as the drink itself. You know, it goes down, hits his system quick. And I think an excellent time for the FBI to show up would be as Burt begins to fall asleep in the cart, and Krystle keeps trying to tug the wheel, get control of the wheel to steer the cart towards the pond down at the end of the hill.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Yeah. I think that's good. How do we feel like that went for Krystle? Or I almost feel like the resolution I'm so torn because I don't know what the next scene would be, but I almost feel like the resolution is Krystle gets stuck in the careening golf cart.
Yeah, if we want to do that, we can just like play this scene out till the failure or the success.
Yeah.
Also, I did want to add that as per the stupid plan, Jansen is not in the cart with us. He is...
Oh,
no.
Yeah!
One of us is roller skating. I don't know. Any of the three of us is roller skating. Someone's roller skating.
I think Jansen.
It's gotta be Jansen.
Oh, you're taking a two-seater? All right. I guess I'll just use these skates.
Jansen, you're my best friend. Take my roller skates. I'm also a size 10.
Cool.
Yeah, do try and keep up.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't call me LA Fever for nothing, right?
To be honest, I neither know nor care why they call you that. Or whom.
Hey, don't talk to my best friend that way.
Yeah, exactly what he said. And I mean, if you don't know what LA Fever means, there's no need for me to tell you.
That's quite all right with me.
I guess I'm putting these skates on.
Yeah, I think this is when Krystle moves her foot over to step on the gas and get this moving, hoping to get away before Jansen can keep up.
Cool. Yeah, I think as I'm saying, Jansen, you're my best friend, that's when I start to look sick and, not do so hot.
Yeah, and this is Krystle, trying to, maybe you're trying to stop, and I'm, fighting your leg to keep it on the gas.
What are you doing?
This is all going to work out better for everyone.
What do you mean?
Just take a little rest, why don't you? Well, I'll take care of everything.
Okay, you're a lawyer. I don't trust you, but okay.
Oh, you can trust me.
Jansen said I could trust you. He is my best friend.
You should listen to what Jansen says. God, I can't believe I'm saying that.
Careening towards the lake.
Right. And Burt, I think, is probably drifting away, and it's leading to the left in a golf cart, of course. So we're not going that fast. I'm grabbing the wheel and trying to jerk it back towards the pond. Yeah, and the three of you are the three determining the resolution here.
Yeah, I'll leave it to Jansen and Burt more since I'm not there.
So the feds need to show up. They're integral to the plan of us getting away.
Yeah.
Is that they're there. So I think they have to show up, and they probably notice some sort of weird golf cart maneuvering happening.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like the idea. Maybe our agent friend shows up and recognizes Krystle and Jansen and Burt. Krystle and Burt and Jansen for some reason on roller skates, like trying to catch up. I assume
like,
on the
grass.
path nearby. Yeah, I don't know if it's through the grass or if there's like a path nearby that you're like kind of parallel to what's going on.
I'm trying to follow, but I'm kind of zigzagging back and forth as the path goes.
And I imagine there's like the agent like stepping out in front of the cart, like with a hand up, and Krystle just yelling like, "Get out of my way! Get out of my goddamn way!"
Yeah. I think Krystle runs into the... I think the agent is just standing there and Krystle just runs over the agent. And I think that's the negative outcome. I think that's at least
Yeah, we'll
part
call
of
that
the
negative. Yeah.
Krystle runs over.
Very fair.
And yeah, I think Jansen, you're closing us out. Do you want to establish or do you want to resolve for the last scene of this sordid tale?
I mean, I feel like the scene could just pick up from where we're left off.
Yeah. It could be.
But
it could be like just after, like maybe in another location, like resolving, like the agent, like who ends up with the money. I mean, some of that we can resolve in the aftermath. Like actually, a lot of it we can resolve in the aftermath.
Yeah. I think I'm dying now. So the quicker we pick up like right after the last scene, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I guess I'll set it, and it's camera switches to me. I'm skating fast as I can. I see the golf cart run over this agent. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Did we hit something?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep taking your little nap.
Is the golf cart slowing down at all, or is it just still?
Not if Krystle can help it.
I think it definitely like an entire human being is certainly a speed bump at least.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I like the idea that it's a speed bump even that throws the duffel bag or whatever container was holding the money.
Oh, I assume Jansen still had the duffel bag.
Oh, does Jansen have it?
I think actually I'll just say I get thrown out of the cart when we hit him.
Yeah.
Because I'm not lucid enough to like hold on.
Yeah. I think that's a good pitch. I think all of this is seen from Jansen's point of view. So, like, you're pretty far ahead. Jansen, like, kind of an unstable, like, over the shoulder, like, sees, like, a spray of blood and, like, a sickening, like, kind of cracking sound of this agent being, like...
Did we kill the agent?
I'm leaving it open, but regardless, if you break a leg, that's going to be, like... If you get hit by a golf cart going full speed and fully run over... I think we can resolve that maybe with the aftermath, what happens to the agent, but I think at the very least, in my opinion, very injured, possibly. Worse. And Burt thrown out of the golf cart.
And so then it's just like, there's just kind of slightly drawn out scene of just Jansen rollerblading down the path, like zigzagging back and forth. He like keeps looking over to Burt. Like we can just say like that happened near a path, so he can like get right to Burt without having to go in the grass. Skates right up to Burt. Burt, what are you doing? We need to go.
Something's wrong. Must have been something I drank.
Worry about that later. We need to go. Come on, get up.
Jansen, I don't think I can go anymore.
Yeah, we're buddies though. We pulled this off together. We gotta get out together. Don't leave a man behind.
We're buddies. You're my best buddy, but as long as one of us makes it out, that's all it is.
All right. I'll get out of here. Whenever you feeling better, you can just talk your way out of it, and we can meet up and split the money further on.
Yeah, I'll split the money. I just need you to, if I don't show up to split the money, you know my kid and my wife, you have it all up here. You have it all up here.
I got it all up here. I
know you do.
Yeah.
So if I don't show up, you know where that money has to go to.
Yeah, it absolutely. They'll get their fair share. You can count on me, but Burt, we had so many big plans. Man, you can't leave me now. This is just the first of many.
Yes, LA Fever, you don't... Oh, I know I told you a lot of stories about all my heists and my exploits, and they were all 100% true. But
I know. I would never question that.
I know that it's your time now. It's your time to be the man with the plan, and you've got it.
All right. Yeah. It's all up here.
I'm gonna add that I think in the distance we see a bunch of other FBI agents running over, both to attend to their injured ally and to maybe grab everyone who's around.
Before I die, I will also be like, I need a lawyer.
I don't know if you can trust Krystle anymore, but
I just gotta write up a will real quick.
all right. As they're waiting for the Krystle.
I think this entire time Krystle has been like, I imagine after Burt fell off and we went over the agent, Krystle just lost like full control of the golf cart and has been just trying to like wrangle control. And then eventually it brought it to a stop and is like running back up the hill because like she has to complete her plan, and that requires Burt to be in this golf cart and like to
right.
She's gonna drag him back. She's running up the hill in heels, like catching in the grass, like just an absolute mess.
Hey, you're a lawyer, right? You're an attorney. I congratulated you. Right?
What? Why are you still conscious? Come on, Jansen.
Wait.
He just needs a real quick favor. Just grant him this.
I have to write a will. Not for right now, but just for the future. And I whisper into your ear, and I'll save it for the aftermath, the stuff that I want to be determined in my will. And then I say, Krystle, when you and I met, I pretended that I didn't know who you were, but the truth is, my wife never shut the fuck up about you. And I know that you and her had a fierce rivalry in high school. And I just want you to know that there's someone out there who thinks about you a lot, and I know that you've been going through hard times, but there's someone out there who cares about you in their own weird, fucked up way, and I would know because I was married to her.
Why couldn't you have just died? This could have worked.
Don't talk to my best friend that way. That's Burt.
I know who the fuck he is, Jansen. I know exactly who the fuck he is. I couldn't have even helped him if they'd come after him. He was in a whole lot of shit already.
Yeah.
He was fucked.
Yeah. You think? Yeah. He's one of the greatest thieves of all time.
That's right. Give that 100,000 that Jansen gave you back to Jansen, because he's my best friend.
Yeah, and he's got like billions beyond that too.
I regret to inform you all of this, but I just checked. There's only a negative outcome for Jansen. We're out of positive outcome cards. Yeah.
Oh no.
So I figured I would let you know that before you wrap up the scene. But I believe we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 negative outcome cards dealt and 8 positive outcome cards dealt. So this has to end poorly for Jansen. It doesn't mean his story has to end poorly with the scene.
Right. I'm gonna give Jansen a choice here. I think Krystle just looks up at Jansen and is like, Jansen, I have saved your ass more times than either one of us can count. Give me that goddamn money right now, and we can both make it out of this.
I don't know if I can trust you anymore.
Jansen, give me the money. And she's like got her hand out, like reaching for the bag.
All right. I hand it to her.
Yeah. Jansen or Krystle will take off, I think.
Yeah.
And unless anybody else wants to add anything, I think the scene of Krystle running across, like kicking off her heels and taking off towards the parking lot.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, and with that, and Jansen like kneels down to Burt, is like, the money's safe, and everything's gonna be okay.
I know that, because I know that you've got it all up here, man.
Oh my god.
I know it's all gonna be okay. It's, I know I told you back at the climax of us busting that safe, you know, it was all for my family, and that's still true, but also, you're my family.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then I die.
Yeah. I think the camera like pulls back of Jansen like kind of like shaking, like that classic thing of like shaking Burt, but there's no audio. It's just like this music kind of playing as the camera pulls back. Jansen,
And you see like agents like rushing in.
Yes, as it pulls back,
them.
it's like this big like dolly, like, or whatever it's called, jib like shot coming up, and as the agents are all rushing towards you, and that's a negative outcome for Jansen. But we still have to determine the aftermath. So right now, any of us can choose to give one of our cards to another player to try to determine the aftermath. We should try to do it pretty quickly because we want to be done. We have about 15 minutes to wrap up. So if you have cards that you want to give to somebody, I guess drag them onto the play area and roll 20, and then just tell the person to pick it up.
Wait, how does this work? What are we doing?
So you don't have to, but you can give one of your outcome cards to another player. So if you want someone to have a negative outcome, like right now, it's actually kind of hard to tell who's where.
I'll give Krystle a negative outcome. She
Okay.
he murdered me.
Just so you know, it will not let me draw any more cards from either pile.
Oh.
Oh,
So
really?
Yeah.
That's weird. There should be one more negative. Because
It
you
just
only
says that it's
have...
already out.
Hang on, let me see if I can deal one to you.
I'm going to give a card to Jansen.
Okay. It's not... Okay, I'm not sure what's happening with Roll20. There should be one more negative outcome card. But it's not letting me deal it to Tyler either.
Oh, the card I just gave Krystle disappeared, I think.
I took it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I grabbed it into my hand.
Gotcha.
So I've got it.
Oh, is this one for me?
Yeah, that one's for you.
Yes.
That's like in your play area. We could just for this last card, because it won't matter for the tilt draw, we could just like roll a die.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll a D, whatever it is, a D6, right? Is that what it is in the normal game?
Yeah.
They're all D6s.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll just be a negative. which actually, since Ty has so many negative cards, he actually probably will have a better ending. Okay, so the way we determine our aftermath.
I rolled a 1, so -1.
Okay.
All right.
So my score is gonna be 7. So I have a 1, which is pretty bad. The lower your number is, the worse it turns out for you. So what you do is you add up the total number of your negative cards and the total number of your positive cards, and just like we did for the tilt, you subtract the lower number from the higher number. It doesn't, like, the negative or positive doesn't mean it's worth negative or positive points. It's just what the total number is. So I have a 1.
Was I supposed to give a card to somebody, or?
Oh, you don't have, you can. I wasn't going to give anyone
right.
a card, but you can do that at this point. Krystle and Burt already gave cards. Jansen, if you want to, you can. And I'm choosing not to.
No, I'm good.
Cool. So let me know what all of your cards are. Or not all of your cards, but what your total is. And Burt, I think, will do his aftermath first, because he would be the next person to go.
Okay, so how many aftermath scenes do I get?
Just one for the card version. The dice version is
really?
multiple. The card version is you just take your total number and do one aftermath scene.
Okay. So I got a 2.
Okay.
What is so that's like pretty negative?
Is it a red 2 or a blue 2?
It's a blue 2.
So you can click the you should see a thing now on the Roll20 screen that says aftermath, and then just click choose and choose the blue 2 card, and that will let you know what your aftermath is. And it's just a prompt, so you can decide based on whatever that is. And then I'll pick,
okay.
I'll pick mine next. So I got a blue 1. So let me choose mine. Is it not letting me? Oh, it went onto the play field for some reason. So that's mine. And then Krystle, you can pick your aftermath card. You are muted.
Muted. Yeah, I noticed. I have 8 plus 8 red.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so you can go ahead and choose that one. And then Jansen.
I have +6 blue.
Nice. Good for you too. So we'll start with Burt. What this is kind of like quick scenes that are happening, kind of the denouement of the movie. And what is this can also be a flashback. So it happens at the end of the movie, but if you want to flash back to something that happened earlier, you can.
I also think, like,
the
depending
will.
on
That's right. You have the will.
Depending on what your outcome was, yeah, you could also still be alive, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Although
the poison or whatever we hit you with could have not killed you.
That's true.
So the first prompt on this card says, "You know what's fun? Children crying when they see me." And that's going to be my wake funeral will reading. I am for sure dead, and my kid is not. You know, we didn't connect that much while I was alive, but we had at least one good day roller skating together. So you see Burt Russell in a casket, open casket. He died of poison, so that's fine. And you see Kate crying. And how do you think Mary Alice would be reacting to this moment?
I don't think Mary Alice is there.
Uh-huh. Okay. So Kate's crying. The casket starts to close. And then, well, I think then my lawyer who wrote my will would show up to tell people who's getting what
Yeah.
So I tried to gift lots of money to my wife and kid and Jansen, but we got caught. We didn't get the big score. So whatever paltry sums I have will be split amongst the three of them. And then the last two items I would like to present would be a pair of roller skates for my kid and a pair of roller skates in my wife's size.
Yeah. I think then it goes to my resolution, or my aftermath, which reads, I got a blue 1, which there's all this terrible, and it says, I have a strong feeling I'm dead right now, which feels like the right thing to be. My ugly failure has no doubt dragged people I care about into my contemptible wake. They are probably dead too. I should be ashamed of this, but I bet I'm not because I'm terrible. I don't think Mary Alice is dead because we already have one dead person and there's not really anything that leads to that. But I do think Mary Alice is in custody, because I think there were enough, like the autopsy was like, this is poison. The last ingested thing was this 7 and 7. Mary Alice didn't really think it through and like was clearly seen giving her husband a drink, like ordering this drink at the bar. The FBI immediately are on scene, so like I think it's like kind of the funeral, Mary Alice isn't there, and then the next scene is Mary Alice like in jail, basically like awaiting trial, can't get bail because she has no assets, she doesn't have any money. And is just kind of just waiting there, and I think just like sitting with like her like in the green velour tracksuit with just her head in her fist, just like silent. And also I think this also, the implication is now that Kate like essentially doesn't have parents, so like both of us got away from our stupid family.
Oh, we did it. we did it.
We got away from our stupid family, which was the need attached to our relationship. So I think that's what we see for Mary Alice Tweedy. What about Krystle Kustard?
Yeah, so I had 8 red total, which is hapless. Well, I'm not precisely better off. I'm no worse for having been involved in this ridiculous disaster either.
This is too perfect.
So I think we see a number of scenes. Krystle Kustard makes it to the parking lot where there are a number of other agents waiting. So we see her handing over the money. We see her being investigated and spinning a story. And I think we see her spinning a story about getting sucked into this plot by this just deranged woman who had to murder her husband, wasn't going to get enough out of the divorce. And Krystle just spilling everything for a certain given definition of everything. And the last scene is Krystle returning to her law office as her last remaining employee walks out with a box of her belongings. And Krystle just looks around at the disaster that has happened in her law office, and begins to pick up the papers on the floor and reorganize everything.
Nice. Jansen, you're closing us out.
So the card that I've got is Wretched. Things have been better. I've been ground down and brought low, but at least I've learned a lesson about human greed and frailty. Frailty is the word.
I was gonna say fertility.
Oh.
This lesson will serve me well in prison, which feels like a logical next step in my career.
Oh no!
So I think what you see is Jansen being taken by, just picking up from the end where, he's being taken in by the agents. being interrogated, and then it's like him trying to call Krystle and not getting an answer, and then like going back and just kind of like admitting to the, the agents, his part and everything, and then going to prison and being locked up, and like just ends there when just like the prison door shutting and him being locked up for who knows how long, but probably eventually getting out.
Yeah,
And
Krystle will get you out. Jansen does not deserve that. He's my best friend, so.
I think the happiest ending for Jansen is getting a different lawyer.
Yeah.
Krystle, I think Krystle points the finger at Jansen.
Yeah.
And can no longer represent him, and that's the
that
happy
other
ending.
guy, the prosecutor I played before, he can.
Yes.
He becomes a defense attorney.
I'm changing.
Wonderful. Yeah, the sound of the jail door closing, and I think it's like a slow pull back and a fade to black as we go to our credits. And that's Fiasco. That's how it goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Thank you all so much, players, for joining tonight. This was super fun. I was really looking forward to this stream. Before we go, we'll start with Tyler this time. I forget who he's... No, we'll start with Jason, because I don't think Jason has started yet. Where can people find you, and is there anything that you want to plug before we head out for tonight?
You can just follow me on Twitter at Warlock Trash. What am I plugging? I'll just plug. I have a Discord group of good D&D friends, and some of them are watching right now, I think. So I'll just plug. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't join. It's very exclusive. But I just want to shout out that group of people that I play with. If you want to join, just follow me on Twitter, and eventually I probably will just invite you. But the Discord group, it was born from the Dimension 20 fandom, which is how I met Taylor, and it's just a group that's very near and dear to me. So yes, thank you, Chai. All of you, I like you a lot, and that's my plug, is just me vaguely talking about a group of friends that I have.
Wonderful. Tyler, where can people find you, if people can find you, if you want to be found? And do you have anything to plug?
I do not have anything to plug, and all I'm going to say is don't try to find me. Good night.
That sounds like a challenge.
Good night. Don't try to find me. Good night. Josh, how about you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at WildJBlue, where I tweet about sometimes RPGs. I would probably gush about some of my groups. One of the players that I will occasionally gush about is in the chat, so shout out to Sleep Child.
Yeah, that's true.
An absolute delight to play with, and an absolute delight in the chat.
Yes, really came in clutch with that that Curb Your Enthusiasm
Just
earlier.
Perfect timing.
If there's one thing Sleep Child knows, it's how to make the most of sound alerts. Has gotten it down to a science. Yeah, exactly. And I'll finish off. My name's Taylor. You can find me on Twitter at @RollForFelicity, TikTok at @RollForFelicity. I have an Instagram, but I don't use it. And just in case you missed the first couple times I said this, the next tabletop RPG stream is going to be July 10th. And we're going to be playing I Came Here to Win, which is a tabletop RPG that's based on reality television. It's also GM-less, so if you enjoyed this, you'll probably enjoy that. If you enjoyed this, you'll also probably enjoy my Good Society stream, which is going to be on July 11th, which is a Sunday. It's all you can run that one GM-less. We will be running it with a facilitator, but it's very similar, like the relationships and that kind of thing. But it's a Jane Austen themed tabletop RPG. And it'll be the first session of a short campaign we'll be doing with that, which is the first campaign that I'm doing for this stream. And then the end of next month, actually, Josh and Jason are going to be back on to play Wizard Pals, which my friend Tag wrote and will be running. So that's kind of what I have coming up. Yeah, also Chai, who's in the chat, is going to be in the I Came Here to Win game. So that'll be really fun.
Hey, I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's fucking sick as hell.
Yeah. The other things I do when I'm not doing tabletop RPGs is I've been playing through Phoenix Wright. So I'll be doing that on Tuesday. Sometimes on Wednesdays I do that. Sometimes on Wednesdays I do behind the scenes tabletop stuff. And that's about it for that. Thank you so much to everyone in chat for hanging out. Thanks to the Discord server for coming out and watching. Appreciate you. And I don't think I'm gonna do a raid because there's not really anybody online right now for me to raid who I know. And I don't really see tabletop games that like I'm familiar with that people are live right now. So I think we're just gonna wrap it up there. And we'll see you all on Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.